Hi all, good evening, good morning. Hi Lakshmi. Okay, I see Lasya joined today. Hi, can you hear me? Hello, can somebody confirm whether I'm audible?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're audible.
Hi Lakshmi, good morning. Okay, hi Uday, Reels, Vamsi, hey, hi Chakravarti, Tata, Barav. Hey Lasya, how are you?
I'm doing good, sir. How about you?
Good, thanks. What about yesterday? I think you couldn't join.
Yeah. I was actually occupied with some other things, so I couldn't. I was watching the YouTube session.
Oh, great. Live or
No, the recorded one.
recorded? Okay, that's good then. I appreciate that. In case we're not able to make it for the session, at least you had the interest to catch up with the session on the YouTube. Yeah, okay, that is good. Thank you.
Yeah. Hi, Raghavan here.
Hey Chakravarti. Okay. All right. Do we wait for others? We have 10 participants, including myself. Parvez is again. Hey Parvez, how are you?
Yeah, hi Raghavan.
Hey, good evening. All is well?
Hi, Raghavan, a small quick feedback.
Sure.
I've gone through YouTube videos of the recordings.
Yep.
What I understood was when you used to talk or used to present something, it is, interactively is good actually. But when participants talk, the YouTube video is completely blank. It's like, people listening into a blind room. But when you used to talk, your presentation or your face is visible. But for the others, whenever they talk, your video is stopped, but others blank screen or black screen is visible. That
right.
makes less interactive. So
Okay.
I felt that.
Good observation. Thanks, Parvez. But that could be mainly due to the fact they have not turned on the camera.
Yeah, at least if they don't turn on means at least if you guys are noting something in your notepad or anything, please share that so that it will become interactive in the recorded sessions.
Right. So if people open up the camera, they turn on the camera, their face will be visible. Zoom does have an automated intelligence. Zoom, Teams, all of them. Whoever is speaking from which line, there is an active audio line is coming, then that will be highlighted. Their photo, or if there is a video turned on, their live video will be shown, or their photo if at all, right? In case somebody don't even have a profile picture, I could see, Chakravarti and yourself, you have put a profile pic, at least your pic appears. But the rest of the others, I don't even see that. It just, I can share my screen. Probably you'll also take a look how the screen looks like, right? I don't know if I share it, I don't get to see this meeting window. I guess, yeah. You're able to see, right?
Yes, Raghavan, it's visible.
Yeah. So this is how it is, right? The participants you see here. Only Chakravarti and Parvez, I see the
WhatsApp screen is able to see this.
right. Others, just the name, because they have not set their profile pic. All right.
But you have one more doubt. Are you getting the voice of the candidate?
We do get. Only thing is the pic doesn't appear. That's all. It looks like, probably your name should be shown. So that's when I made a request earlier, right? Probably at least while you are speaking, you can turn on your camera. So that helps for others. It's up to you. It's voluntary, but it depends on how you take it.
Yeah,
right?
due to bandwidth issue, we are not turning on. Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yes, I understand that.
Yeah.
So you could.
Chakravarti, why I said this, when Raghavan explains, he will present the screen, okay?
Yes,
the code or the text will be visible over there. So when people watch, it is served as a reference actually. The same way when you guys ask doubt, people who don't have any profile or don't share the screen or don't turn on the video.
Okay.
People who watch the screen, their blank screen is displayed. Nothing is there to reference actually.
Yes,
That's
it will be less
what
interactive. Yeah.
Yeah, complete black thing. So we don't able to know which thing is referencing what until unless Raghavan is sharing.
Yes,
or talking.
I got it. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, we can do that.
Sir,
Yes.
is it possible to have the screen every time? And whenever the speaker is speaking, the small icon will be displayed in the right side, and the
It's
every time.
automatic, Lakshmi. I think automatically Zoom has an intelligence, like any other. That's what I told, right?
Okay.
I don't know whether I need to tweak any further settings. See, let's say, for example, if I speak now, you could see that here, my screen, right?
Mm.
If somebody speaks, the highlight will happen on. See, my screen, there is a highlight here, right? It's highlighted.
Yes.
You speak
Yes.
now, for example, it observes for a few seconds or more, not just for 1 or 2 words.
Okay.
If there is a continuous stream of audio coming from a particular line, that person's profile pic or the name will be highlighted.
Okay. Okay.
See here, now
One
you're
more doubt, sir. If you pin your screen, then it will be happen.
that's okay, guys. I think let's not really spend too much time on that. It's up to you. As I
Yes,
told you, if I pin
Yeah.
it, always my screen will be visible. Doesn't matter, no matter what.
Yeah.
Even when others speaking as well, everybody will be looking at my screen, my space, right?
yes.
And you don't even get to see at least who, if not here, you have an option who is speaking, who has been speaking, right? If not, always it will be showing that I'm the only one who is speaking, or my face will always be visible. So you guys need to, at least while speaking, probably one, you can set your profile pic. That the least that you could do than just showing a blank name alone. It's again, I don't bother much about it. It's individual's interest. As long as you get to see there is a question that is being asked and the name displays, I'm okay with it. Either ways, if you think you are probably your face or a profile pic would look better, if you think, you can enable, you can help yourself, right?
Yeah, sure, Raghavan. Yeah, we will do it.
Right. So with that said, I know a couple of you have sent the assignments. I couldn't really spend time because I was busy with other meetings the whole day. So I'll take a look. So are there any questions before we start?
Yeah, no, Raghavan, I'm good. But a small suggestion, instead of doing coding assignments, we can write an article about the topics we learn. Yeah,
No. Sorry, easily people copy paste, Chakravarti. If you are able to do it, it's fine. I'm not denying it. But
Okay.
I prefer this is a hands-on. People should do program code. Even then, this can be obtained from ChatGPT or OpenAPI.
Yeah. Along with this coding assignments, I was telling this.
You
Yeah.
could share your observations, nothing wrong.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
At least here, I wish, see, you all see me, I don't copy paste. Do I do any copy paste on the coding?
No, Raghavan. It's
I
live
type
coding,
every
right?
line, yes or no?
Yes.
I don't really need to, but still I type it. It's for my benefit. If you think you are probably not, you want to be smart, or you don't want to waste your time, you copy and paste, that's up to you. You lose the opportunity of becoming a good developer. So you type it, you gain it. If you copy and paste it, you lose it. I would leave it that way. All of us are matured individuals. Whichever way you think it works, all I can do is I can just recommend or advise. That's all. I cannot be watching over each individual how exactly you are doing it. It's you need to take a call for yourself, right?
Yes, Raghavan. Yeah.
Okay. So last class, what we have seen is we have seen an arrays demo.
Yeah.
Sections plus the functional programming teaser is what we have seen. We also discussed about generics, right? What exactly is generics, and why do we really have a parameterized list? Rather, what if we have a generic list, right? Without any parameters, if you have a generic list, what will happen, right? All these we have seen with an example program. So
Yes,
today,
yes.
what we could do, I think this all done. Arrays we have come. Function we have covered yesterday as well, right? If you want to make a reusable program, we could create something called a function that would help us call the same. Guys, I don't know. This is definitely disturbing. People keep coming and going. Can you please help yourself in a comfortable locality? There is no other host. I'm the only one. I need to meddle between writing the program, explaining, and allowing you as well. Can you please help yourself in a comfortable position where you have a stable internet, guys?
Yes,
Can
Raghavan.
Yeah, sure.
as well, quite a few of you have been going out and in. This is kind of, disturbing the flow as well, right? Okay, so the reusability method where we have seen yesterday.
When
doing
explaining
collection in
arrays, we just commented on part of it where we know it, so we can do that.
Right? One, we have seen that. Where else we have seen? In our program itself, very good. You do that here or before even arrays, right? Where do
Yes.
we have? All right. So what did we do here? In order to compute the total, rather than typing the code here, we write a new method passing the arguments and then we compute it. The advantage of it, if you want to compute the same sum for one more array, a different array, all we need to do is just call the method and pass the different argument, right? We don't need to. Here it probably looks simple because we write one line. What if there are 10 lines like this? If there is no facility for a function, then we need to write all of them together for each varying parameter, data type, yes or no? Each varying input,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
Yes, sir, yes.
So that is the benefit of having a function or a method which has got, this is what is a syntax or what you call declaration of a method, where it has got public, private, that we look at it, is called access specifier. That specifies what is the level of access each method will have. As you see, public is general public. Anybody can call this method. We will look at this today. Classes and object, we'll just have a quick refresher. Static, as we have already seen, is a class level. Int is a return type. What is the type of data that is going to return back? Then this is the name of the method. It's again called identifier. Any variable or method, they are collectively called as identifier in Java. And there are certain rules to be followed. It can start with a letter. It cannot start with a number. And it can start with certain special characters like underscore. It cannot start with forward slash or something like that, right? Can start with the dollar or underscore. There is some set of special characters which are allowed, which you can look at it, Google around, do some research. You can understand what are the allowed characters for a Java identifier, right? What is that allowed? You can, to begin with, and also inside a part of it. You can probably have an underscore in between. That's primarily we do it for variable, not for method though, right? Just if it's a very long string, in order to improve the readability, you can have a underscore as a separator between each words so that you make it legible. It's more like a full stop in an English statement. You have a better readability in terms of the identifier naming convention, right? And this is a parameter. This open parenthesis and close parenthesis indicate that will receive the list of arguments to the method. This argument, how you can look at it, it's more like the data that is required for the function to process. Let's assume we go for a picnic, right? What do we really take it along with us? From a family, we go for a picnic. It's a one-day tour. What do we tend to carry with us?
Some food items, water,
Very good. Why?
some essential needs like if there are kids, like clothes and everything.
Anything is required. Very good. That's what my intention is all about. Food items and water. Why do you think you carry?
If the picnic is like a out of place where the no people are there, so to avoid starving.
Right. It is as good as you would need that substance in a place where you go. After you reach that, you want to make use of this substance. That's why you carry with you. Yes or no?
Yes.
You may
Yes, sir.
need it after reaching that. Likewise, when you call a method, after the method is invoked, for a method to perform efficiently, you want to supply some input data. That we call it as an argument or a parameter. So there's an input argument to a function or a method. This will be helpful for the required operation to be carried out. It is an input, meaning you want this method to operate on the data that you pass. If you don't pass, then you are not expecting the function to operate on this. What if you don't carry the water with you? What do you do then?
We need to find a way to get water there.
You would rely on the actual available water in that place, right? Maybe you are sure that there are shops around. Older days, there are pipes around. People used to easily drink from the pipes, taps, right?
Yes.
Not pipe, taps. These days, nobody prefers all hygiene factors and all that, the corporates have done enough injection to our brain minds that they're all contaminated, not good for health, etc. So we tend to carry. If we don't want to carry, we don't want any input parameters to be passed, we should rely on that particular availability of the data in that place. Maybe there are shops you go and buy it. That's the fundamental difference. So you want to carry the data, you want to supply an argument, input data to the function with which it will make use of the data. You will open that can and then drink the water. You'll open the box, have your lunch or dinner, whatever you pack it. The packed food you eat there. So this you carry along with you. Yes or no? And that's again, you need to tell the compiler that what kind of data. It's again a variable. It's no different from this, right? It's a type of data that you. So let's say, for example, your father tells you, hey, we are going for a picnic. Can you ask your mom to pack water and food? So how do you prepare the water and food? What container will you use? Which I've already discussed. I've asked the same question. What container will you use?
Bottle for water,
Exactly.
boxes for food. Yeah.
Correct? Or foil wrap, whatever it is. Yes or no?
Yes. Yes.
Likewise, you need to tell what kind of data I'm giving it to you and which data type it is all about. No big deal, right? And can I pass only one data? Can I take only, am I allowed to take only food or only water?
No.
No, we can have multiple.
Here you go. We pass. In case you are passing, you are required to pass more than one argument. What could be the data? What could be the separator?
Comma.
Comma.
You separate each argument. Hey, I'm taking pickle separately in the jar. I'm taking food, probably a curd rice in a separate box, some chapati in a foil wrapper, some curry or masala, right? Sabzi in a separate box, and water also in a can, 5 liter can probably. So this is how you inform, saying that this is how you pack it. And there you make use of that data, what was carried. After you reach the destination, the function is called, you would make use of the data and do your operation. This is all about function. And the main advantage is you can reuse it. In case you want to carry, find the calculation of 2 students. What should you do? If there is no facility for a method, you would write all these steps. Yes or no?
Yes. Raghu.
Calculate. Then one more array you will compute, and you will be repeating the same 4 or 5 steps for a second student. Correct?
Yes.
Yes. Raghu. Yeah.
So, is it really required? What if you want to make a change in this line? Probably I don't want int, I want to change a float. What will happen?
If there are n number of students, we need to make n number of changes.
Exactly. So that's unnecessary, correct? So instead, you make a method, call a method, declare a method that will perform that operation. Then you could call that method. In that case, all what you need to do is you call the method with each argument. It is as good as, what? There is a buffet in a event function party that you go, they serve you the food. How many of the guests will go and have the food at that time? Is everybody will go at one shot?
No.
There is some set of people, one batch of people will go and have the food, then they come back, the other batch of people will go. Yes or no?
Yes, Raghu. Yeah.
The food is kept there in one place, correct?
Yes.
That's the logic you can think of. The function is kept at one place. The guest will come, maybe they take their water, they take their whatever. This is a different example. You look at it for reusability. The place is kept, the plates are available. What if the plates are probably, let's just take an example of a restaurant. There are normal roadside shop as well. You eat. All the plates are, fresh plates are all done. What do? They wash it
Clean
it
and
and
again
reuse
reuse
it.
it. Yeah. Right.
That's the ultimate concept here as well. We would reuse. The same method will be, it's more like a container. They have the food. You come, they serve you. That method is kept one place, prepared. And whoever wants to utilize it, they will come. For them, it will be served. They get the data. Each customer asks for a different food. They come bought. That's how you look at it. So you don't need to carry out the same operation repeatedly. It's all defined at one time, declared and defined. Whoever wants, you supply your data, you make use of it. Is also, best example I can tell you, you all know the power socket, right? Charging socket.
Yes, Raghu. Yes.
Yeah.
3-pin holder, how does it look like? Just a 3-pin, 1,
Yeah.
2, 2, correct?
Yeah, triangle shape. Yeah.
Triangle shape. So is it common? It's common, right? If you want, you can put a charger and you charge it for Type-C cable, put it for Android. Or you put an iPhone cable, you charge it for your iPhone, correct? This is
Yes.
think of more like a socket. It is declared once, commonly laid out. Whoever wants to make use, they can come. They put their charger, they bring their charger, put it, probably USB cable or their charger adapter, put it, get it charged and go. Is it fine?
Yes.
That's the best example, different set of examples that I could give for function. Any questions?
No, Raghavan.
So
Yeah.
one question from my side: if the method is called by different parameters like 1,000 at a time or 1 lakh at a time, so is it able to handle, or is there any
You're
limit?
not supposed to do. So again, I'll come back to that. You are not supposed to have 1,000 parameters. You'll go crazy.
Oh, no, not parameters, like 1,000 times I'm calling that function
You can do
at the same
Nothing
time.
wrong.
At the
Nothing
same
wrong.
time.
You can call 1 lakh times as well. Let's do a
Okay.
sample. Let's do a sample. All right. Assume I want to find the square root of a number or square of a number. I can do that, right?
Yes, yes. Raghavan.
Let's assume, this is what I'm trying to say. Let's say I have a number n equal to 5. I want to find the square into square equal to 5 n into n. Yes or no? This is a simple square for me.
Oh, sorry. In recursion, we used to call the same function in the n number of times, right?
Yeah. Don't confuse with the recursion here. Recursion is a specialized function.
Okay.
Recursion is a specialized function. It is more like what do you call? Just give me. We get this, no big deal. Now, what I want to say, assuming that I want the same steps to be repeated for another number, what do I generally do?
To declare another number. Yeah. Value.
Maybe I'll change this number.
Yeah.
Let's say 6, and once again I'll print it. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, yes. Raghavan.
So I repeat it, 636. Yes. All of you, those who don't speak for whatsoever reasons, I assume you may need some clarity. I'm giving another example. The best thing what you could do is be interactive and try to respond. Rather than letting only 2-3 people always answer, that gives me a feeling that I'm only talking to 3 people. All right. I've told you n number of times. I keep changing. So what am I doing now?
Another variable.
Compile and
declaration. Yeah.
just created another.
So I repeat the same steps multiple times, correct? Now, what if I want to change the variable name from square to square of number?
We have to change 3 times. Yeah.
I do it one place. Obviously, it's going to throw an error. Why?
Because
We haven't declared a
The
square.
square number is
There is
we
not
have to
there.
change.
What should I do?
We have to change 3 times.
And
Yeah. All the,
Yes or no?
yes, Raghavan.
So you understand I need to make it 3 places.
Yes.
Now you get the value. So this is what the first benefit of function. Okay, what I need to do instead,
You can
I
declare
can
a separate
use
function.
the
Like,
method. Function or method both are same, right?
yes.
If we can create a method.
There is a subtle difference, but for now it is same. Okay. There are 2 flavors. Let me see who is finding that out. See, I told you. People keep logging out. I don't know. You need to help yourself, guys. Once in a while, it's okay, right? The same step I'm repeating here. So what can I do now, sir?
We
Need to
can
call
remove
that method.
All the function.
boilerplate.
Do I need to have anything here? I don't even need to have a variable declared. I don't. Either I can do like this, n equal to 5, and then I can call in the square of 5. Yes or no?
Yes, yes.
Or I can directly call pass the method. Yes, sir.
Integer value. Yes, yes.
Yes.
This way,
I think.
spelling mistake.
I think we need to pass n value, right? Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, we
we-
declared n value, but we directly passed the 5 as a value.
You don't need to really. Here
Yes.
as well, you can do
I
directly.
just put the
any value.
reference you showed. Okay, okay. No issues here.
You could do that. That's a good observation. Either you can do it, or you can also pass the values directly.
Yes, yes.
Right? This is also fine because we are not going to use this n anywhere else. That's only one time usage. So you could directly pass that value to that function. Is it fine? Now, if I want to change it, what can I do, sir?
We can change just yeah.
How many
one
places
method.
I'm changing?
Only one place. Here, 2 places.
Now you are convinced?
Yes.
Change. I do what I am doing for each change.
Compilation. Okay.
Yes, for each change, I'm verifying, executing the program and verifying. Yes or no?
Yes, yes. Right.
Yes.
So this is the benefit, one benefit of declaring a function and calling it with a variable with whatever varying data. Now, Lakshmi, as you said, let's go. You have the loop? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Let me.
For loop.
Function loop, I just called public static void main. Sorry, void function. Maybe I would pass that n. Okay. For int I equal to 0, I less than 10, I plus plus. Yes or no?
Just,
What do I do? Print the square out.
just calling the function here.
Square of 5.
Correct?
Yes, yes.
My purpose now.
Remove.
Yaram Setti, what is happening with you? Yaram Setti?
They mute itself. They unmuted.
No, what is happening? He keeps going out and coming in. What is happening with him?
I think there are 2 different people with RM setting. Yeah.
Maybe they are connecting from different devices, but this is really, really not helping me, right? Parvez, can you please talk to him? Because we don't have multiple hosts. I'm the only person. Definitely it is disturbing the flow, guys. You got to help yourself in a stable environment. That's what I'm requesting, right? So far 4 times I've added him. Now I'm only calling function loop, right?
Yes.
Yes, right. You can compile, yeah.
Now what happened? Do you see that 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 4?
Yes.
Each time I'm calling,
Yeah, we are calling 10 times the function here.
right? Now I say, maybe for the purpose of this, I can save that space, right? I only type this number
Print, yeah.
and then square. So what will happen? We get everything in one line. So the
Same
space
line.
can be saved. The output is intact, precise, right? Now we get 0 to 9. Why?
We mentioned
than
my
10
value
we-
from 0.
Right? So maybe This is for the square. What we can do? Not from 1
Less than or equal to. Yeah.
then equal to, we could put. So these are all the testing we do and we find out what mistake we do. So 1 to 10 square we print. Now you tell me if what is the function looking like? Function demo. How does it look like? I just want your observation. People, all of you, please take a look. How does this function looking like? What comes to your mind? We will collect the facts. Whoever is interested, right?
Instead of having these many lines, we can have it in single line.
No. What does this function do?
It is grouping repeated activity.
So
No theories.
just calling one
Because of this.
function.
What
And,
is
it
no, hang on. I want you to explain what this function does. That's all. No reasoning behind why we use a function that we have already discussed. I'm not expecting you to repeat it. Benefits of function and all.
Okay.
What this function does, that's my question.
Whenever we calling function loop function, it just
It is
printing.
calling a print square method.
Okay.
Yeah, it's called
all?
principal.
It is running
That
the
all?
for loop.
Is that all? It's just calling print square, that's all?
Yeah, it's calling like for the iteration, there are 10 iterations mentioned. It's calling 10 times.
How many times it calls?
10 times.
10 times. So can somebody rephrase the statement what this function does? Function loop? Precisely. Perfect definition. Somebody make it.
Same point only, right? It's calling a method multiple times.
What does
That
it
we have to. Sorry?
Uday. Who is talking?
Uday.
Right. You are saying same method, but you are not giving me the right answer. Every question you ask me to repeat the question couple of times. You are not giving me the right response at one shot. What does this
One
It is using
one function is
reusable.
calling.
one at a time?
Yeah.
What this method does, that's my question.
This
is
method
used-
calls the same function, whatever is declared in the loop, like for like 1,000 times, 10,000 times, no number is not matter.
No ifs and buts, Lakshmi. You see the definition in front of you, correct? I'm highlighting. Yes or no?
See, I
No
can say
whatever, there is no
10
if and
times.
but. There is no whatever, there is no if and but, possibly, probably, depends upon, provided, no such clauses.
Reusing the same function 10 times.
See, guys, okay, what's in
No.
function? You make me ask another question.
Sir,
No,
function
like
loop is
one-
called one time. Function loop is called only one time, and the remaining execution takes place from that.
No, can I?
You know, function loop is
rephrase
called
it?
one time. That's unnecessary
Uh,
statement.
A function
No,
loop
just
will be
function.
calling print square function and it iterates
No,
like
function
one
loop is
function
calling
calls
10
the
times
other
in print square.
other function.
So yes, Uday, that's right. Last year, can you repeat it?
Yeah, one function calls the other function and the print square function gets iterated for 10 times.
Perfect. That's all exactly. There is a function we have called function loop, which calls another function called print square 10 times by passing the number at a time every time. That's the answer. Nobody said about this parameter, but that's okay. My intention is this, correct? So now I'll tell you the same program. I want all of you to execute it. Is there a change in the number of times this method is called?
No.
Even Chakravarti runs, Raghavan runs, Parvez runs, Apara runs,
No.
or whoever
Yeah.
had not been
Same.
speaking so far, even that person runs. Maybe Yaram Seti, Vamsi, the silent partners, they run. Will there be any change in the number of executions this function is gonna be in?
No.
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 It will be same for every.
And,
Yeah.
It is hardwired, hard coded. We have already seen on the earlier class, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we don't want this. We want to give the control to the user. Boss, I don't want to decide. You take a call. How many idlis you wanna eat? You tell me. I will give you. As long as I have the available idlis, I'll give it to you. I can't presume always you'll eat 5 idlis, I'll give it to you, or only 3 idlis. I don't want to neither reduce your capacity nor give more than what you could eat. So in that case, what can I do?
We can take
In function
integer
loop, you can
parameter.
pass one parameter.
That is what I'm talking. I'm trying to get this response from a problem statement from you guys.
Yes, Raghu. Yeah.
So what we could do, I
can
don't
pass
want
a
this to
function
be
method
hard
parameter.
coded. So what I'm doing now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lines. So what I'm doing now, in the function loop, what do I call?
Integer. Yeah, type. Yeah.
I call this as variable integer n. Then what should I replace that
We
with?
can replace 10 with n. Yeah.
Correct?
Yes.
You pass it. Now what do you call this as?
A function
Function
loop
loop.
where
Fixed. Just to be made. You understand the names of what I'm giving?
yeah.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, yes.
Function loop where? Where means what?
Variable
Where is-
changing. Value.
What do
Variable.
they do? Another advantage of declaring a function. In case I have not declared a function, all these lines I should do like this, correct? Multiple lines I need to comment. Now what could I do?
You
Let the
can
function
just
be as what it is. I only comment the invocation.
function
Sir,
call. Yeah. Yeah.
You did not pass any parameter.
Parameters.
In the function.
do I call now? That's again a best example. What does it say? It says very clearly.
Method
Error
function.
method function loop where in class function demo cannot be applied to given types. Function loop where. What does it say? Required integer found what?
No argument.
No argument.
No argument.
No argument.
Argument list different.
Actual and formal arguments list differ in length.
Yeah.
Please do understand. There is a different wordings here as well. Just pay attention. What is this message?
Actual argument and formal argument.
Yeah. Plus 27 I go. So this is the message if I simply call.
Raghavan, hello all. Sorry, I couldn't join. Raghavan, did we get Arun? Any Arun here in this meeting?
No.
No. Okay, fine. I'll follow it. Yeah. And did join late today?
We just started 5 minutes later. That's all.
Okay, fine. Yeah, I have an important announcement. Probably I just take 2 minutes of your time, Raghavan. So every weekend, guys, you will have some codability tests. So from this week till your actual conference day, which is July 15th, every Saturday, Sunday, there will be some codability test, which Raghavan sir will arrange. We will be strictly evaluating that. Based on that, only your interview slots will be arranged there. Please attend all these quizzes carefully. And next week onwards, we'll start with coding test also, which they will reach out to Raghavan sir for their platform and all those stuff. But you need to prepare properly. Yeah. Thanks, Raghavan.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, thanks.
So what do we do here? All right. So what exactly we have the error?
No arguments and actual and formal argument list differs in length.
So please pay attention. Here I just only call this. So ideally, what should I do? What I should have done? I need to
Pass an integer as a method parameter. Yeah.
10. Now, please pay attention. Here in the method, what I declare is called a formal argument. What is that?
Formal.
Formal.
The argument or parameter that is declared in the method is called a formal argument. It is formal. It is just declared for the formality. It is there given. But what is the actual? This is an actual value we are passing, correct?
Yes, yes, Raghu. Yeah.
Actual value we are passing while calling the method. Hence, it is called as actual. So what does it say? Actual and formal argument list differ in length. Meaning, in the method declaration, the compiler says, boss, I have found a method called a function loop where, but it takes one argument list 1. But while invoking, the actual argument is 0. The length is differing. I am not able to find a match, so I give up. Is that clear? That error, is it clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Raghu, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So this is absolute fundamentals. I'm just going as per the flow which I generally take it, so that you follow that, correct?
Yeah.
Now do you get an error? No.
No, Ravi.
No.
No.
Is there an
That's
output
error method.
change? Same output. Now if I want, okay boss, I don't need to run the same output, I am bored. Probably what I can change? This 10 to
Change the
20 or
actual
something based on our
actual
requirement.
argument.
look at the function. I need to compile, yes or no? Once I need to compile.
Yes.
Why I should compile?
In order to reflect
order to
the
get update.
variable we change.
Rest of all
File should
To
update.
update the source code.
Last file should update.
yeah, rest of all them, all of them are why keeping quiet? This is a very basic fundamental question that we have been talking quite a long time. Right? Okay.
Yes.
I would leave it to them. It's up to, it's their choice. So you understand, we do that. So what would happen? There is one change I made it in the list of parameter argument, but inside the function, did I make any change?
No.
No.
This is the benefit of declaring a function.
Hmm.
We make
But
this,
here one doubt.
yes,
The argument and parameter both are same, right? It's not
Yes.
like from where we are taking that is argument and
it's
where we are
interchangeably
using that is our
interchangeably
parameter, no?
used, right? Gadi, Vahan, vehicle,
Hmm.
like that. No big
Now
deal.
somewhere I heard like see wherever we are means here it's the actual argument is called as argument
Hmm.
and what else? The formal argument will be called as parameter. It's not like
You
that. Right?
could, it's interchangeably used, it's a flavor. Parameters is a
Okay.
method parameter, method argument. Both are interchangeably used. Doesn't matter. But only thing is when you say formal, it is a part of declaration. When you say actual, it is a place of calling. So we are
Okay.
actually able to effectively reuse a method, reuse a functionality. That's why it's called as a function or a method. The method is a more refined term where we call it in a class. Function is a global, very common term. In a procedural world, like C, Pascal, it is called as a function still, right? But when it comes to object-oriented programming, we call it as a method, right? This is again not a big deal. They are interchangeably used, but method is a more appropriate term when you use it in an object-oriented programming. Method of a class. That's what we say. Is it clear? So
Yes.
this is not the benefit of a function, right?
Yeah.
So what are the things we have looked at it for a function? Benefits of a function?
Crossing argument.
Reducing number of lines of code. Repeated lines. Yeah.
Reducing the
Repeated lines of code.
Can be used anywhere.
Then that way, reusability. Make it parameterized. This is called parameterized. You pass a parameter. There's nothing called argumentized, Uday. So here parameterized, meaning what? Pass a parameter to define the execution boundary, all right?
Yeah.
Or threshold. Number of times. Then what? Single point of change. When you say reusability is one place of
Yes.
change, correct?
Yeah.
Single point
Yeah.
of change. Understood?
Yes.
These are all the benefits of a
No need to rewrite the code. Yeah.
correct. That's what reusability is all about.
Yeah. Right.
At last as well, I run it once and get to verify the program, right? So this is what function is called and the sample program reusability. Any questions on this? Array we have declared, looked at it yesterday as well. String we'll look at it a couple of times. When we take a look, we'll look at it. Maybe we'll start with some methods and then go with the rest. Is it fine? Shall we
Yes,
look
yes,
at
Ravi.
some
Yeah.
methods? Okay, let's go. String methods.
I have to reduce boilerplate code.
Not again, boilerplate is all from Spring framework, Lakshmi. Let's not talk about the basics of Java when you are learning.
Okay.
Boilerplate is a very heavy word.
Okay.
All right. It is not relevant to this context, I would say. No. Boilerplate is avoided by a framework like Spring, where you don't need to write, but that still takes care internally. That's a very advanced level.
Okay. Okay.
It is more like, you know, there is a child born, you are talking about a naming ceremony, but you are talking about the child after 20 years of the child's life, and when he is getting married, what would be the dowry we can get for him? That's
No.
the difference. Do you understand?
Okay. Yes.
We are the child's naming ceremony, but that is that level. What degree he will earn, how much dowry we will get it, what kind of girl we get him married with, all that. So it's such a level of boundary difference that these two terms are. Okay. No problem.
Raghavan, your example is very heavy.
Yeah. Thanks. Always 30 plus years of teaching. So obviously, I should be able to help you with the people, right, to get convinced.
Yes.
Credibility, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, this way people really keep it in mind. I don't take anything else. Day-to-day
That's
life,
true.
like food, right? Whatever we deal with the normal day-to-day life, people tend to get easily associated. Because if we talk about astronomy or math, something out of our boundary, it's again a tough things, right? When we try to explain things, a tough subject in a simple word, we should use the example also in a simple terms. Okay. Right. So let's do that. Lakshmi, I know where you are bringing all these from. That's the effect of Spring Boot class with Naveen. Telescope.
Yes, sir. Yes.
బాగా తెలుసుకున్నారా అక్కడ?
No, sir. ఆ వర్డ్ దీనికి యాప్ట్ అవుతుంది అనిపించింది. సో
అవును. సో అందుకే నో ప్రాబ్లం, బట్ కన్ఫ్యూషన్స్ అవుతుంది కదా.
yes, sir.
ఈ రోజులో we should not be talking of all that. That's a pretty long conversation we need to go. That's why. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes.
No problem. All right. So we make this. Let's take a quick look, guys. So let's have a string. Yes, let me say my word. All right. How do I print a string?
Just pass the
Word. System not out printer. No,
No,
double
quotes. Oh, okay.
I want to give this. Always give something this as well, guys, so that you understand what are you printing in the console. Trust me, not many get into that habit. You should better always give some context of what value is being printed in the console. Otherwise, what will happen? Just to have the data printed, you have no clue what the data pertains to. Is it an age or it is a mark of a student? Just 55. What do you understand? Okay, 55 is to senior citizen, right? Maybe 30, 25. Is it a mark or an age? Can you make a guess out of it?
no.
No, we can't.
Or simply if I
was
say, ask a
confused, yeah.
question, what is it? Rather, I name a person, hey, Vamsi or Lakshmi, can you say what is this? So you get the difference between these two, right?
Yes, right.
So try to add some context, right? Now we
More
print,
specific.
yes, be specific. Now, let's look at the string methods first. Very basic method, we all know what it is. Int length equal to yes dot, not yes, sorry. Dot length. I already told you in an array what it is called.
In array, it is function. It is normal method.
In array, it is a property or an
Property, yeah. That's why we don't pass parentheses here.
property. So no parenthesis for array, but string it is a
Method. It's a method, yeah.
not a function. Sorry, it's a method. I'll tell you why. If it is a part of a class, we call it as method. Generally, I would say we use the term method. We are all learning object-oriented programming, Java. Mostly the things that we deal is all about with the classes and objects. So better we stick to the term method. All right. Then what do I do?
Okay.
Any big deal?
println spelling wrong.
Yeah. Thanks. This sometimes happens. All right. Java is really beautiful. You get 25. Is that clear?
Yes.
Any
Raghavan.
questions on this?
Yes, sir.
Next, we will print one character at a time. We know what it is all about. Let's take a couple of them. I want to print one, like in array, how did we get it?
Use for
By
loop.
using
For
index.
loop, we fetch each character.
For loop, don't go to the for loop, is fine. How do you access an element of an array?
By using index value.
That's the thing. There's an index. So string is also no different from an array, right?
Alright, yeah.
Let's look at
Index
that.
basically.
It's more like indexed. Sorry, not index. I think somebody confused. Array is a set of characters. Each has an index position, right? How we stored a number, it's a character. So how do we store it? Print each character. How do you get it? System, let's say first, for example, print first letter or character. So what is each character? Basically, a string
Index.
contains a set of characters, right?
Yeah.
Each stored in a index of position. All right,
Yes, Raman.
not stored at an index. So what do we do?
We can use char method
Convert as a character.
inside string method.
First char
Char
equal.
array.
First char equal to char array. Who said that? All don't get confused now, boss. Are we talking about getting character array of all?
No, no.
No, no.
What is the topic you're talking about?
str dot
Printing
Single
first
position.
character.
Typing it here as well. It is just to get one
First
letter
letter.
of character. That's the first letter, right?
Yeah.
So word dot char
Char
at is a method.
zero
Char
index,
at,
yeah.
char at was the index.
0, right?
Remember, index starts with what?
0.
0.
0.
Because it is also an array. Yes or no?
Yes, yes.
Technically, a string contains a char array.
Character array.
So the first index starts at what?
0.
That's it. Now we can
So
print it.
here we not need to convert as a character array, right? Because
No.
it's already act as a character array.
Yes, that's good. That's a good question, Uday. Yes, we don't need to do
Yeah.
typecasting here, right?
Okay,
String
okay,
hat
got it.
is what?
First char.
Oh, yes, okay. Sum of two numbers. Oh, my bad. Where am I typing all this? Oh, I think I have not been doing it in daytime. All right. All right. So we get J. Yes or no? First character 0 is at J. Any questions? Any doubt?
No, sir.
No,
No, Raman.
Likewise, we can access the last character. Somebody can tell me. Can somebody?
Yeah.
carrot.
Method
Dot length.
we can use.
Dot
Length minus 1.
Length.
Yeah. Char. Last char equal to word
Word
dot.
dot character.
Caret, it accepts an index integer value, right? What can we do?
Word dot length minus.
Length
Okay.
will be taken.
Length already declared. Okay.
That is the
okay.
reason we declare it as a variable.
Ah,
Yes,
okay,
yes.
Not
okay.
you need to call this every time, right?
Yes,
That's
yes.
the
Yeah,
reason.
that's-
If at all you want the value to be used multiple places, you better declare it in a variable and reuse that variable. So that way that value will be present. Make sense?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Raman.
Last char.
Compilation missed.
Compile.
People forget. So what is the last character?
Exclamation.
What is the last character?
Mark.
Exclamation.
Mark.
Right? Now let's see that one more thing. Assuming I am a human being, right? Just a try. What anybody guess what I'm gonna do?
It's just passing length.
Yes.
Index out of bound.
What do you get this now?
Index out of bound.
Index out of bound exception.
Both of you are wrong. It's just index out of bound exception.
No, it's a string index out of bound.
You got to be really very careful. Did we see an exception called just index out of bound exception?
No.
No, string index out of bound exception.
Did we see so far?
Yeah, we saw
Where?
yesterday's class.
It's array index out of bound. Yesterday we saw.
What happened?
Out of bound.
Or maybe I have not saved it. I think so. But we'd had java.lang.Index out of bound exception. I don't know why grep doesn't help me with it. Yeah.
It
Last
is there in the
class-
list. We got that error.
The list, yeah, that's right. But I don't get to see that. Yeah, here it is, no? Index out of bound.
Yeah.
Maybe because it's not a whole word. Huh? I don't know why this doesn't help. Okay, but we do have that index out of bound exception. That's a simple index out of bound exception java.lang package. But this is what?
String index out of bound.
So do you agree with me the fact that both are not same?
Yes, Rahul.
Yes.
Got to be very clear.
Particularly in string.
If it is in string, it is string index out of bound exception. There is one more index out of bound exception we have seen. What is that?
Array.
Array index.
Very good. If it is an array, it is array index out of bound
Array.
exception. If it is collection,
Then only index out of
Only index.
yes, that's what exactly we have looked at it. I don't know why. I really don't know. I'm very surprised. It doesn't come grep. Oh, find no.
I think it is index out of bounds, right? Index. Yeah. There is index of bounds.
Oh, okay. But I gave index out of bound as well. Earlier. I'm very surprised why this guy doesn't work. Okay, that's fine. I don't know. Maybe I'm not passing it properly. So when you pass an index particular purposefully with a wrong index, the message is always common, correct? 25 out of bound length for 25. So you are not really passing the right index, and it gives you string index out of bound. String index out of bound.
Exception.
Yeah. So we can prevent this. Yes or no? I know for sure that this is just a trial and error.
Raghavan, I have a doubt regarding this. May I?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Earlier in my classes, I have seen in the string the last element will be /0 or something.
Yeah, that's a good point, Parvesh. This is from C word. That /0 is a terminal character, terminating character.
Oh, okay.
It's a very good observation. It is in C++ world. When you draw a string array, typically.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute. Where is my? I think I have it here untitled. This is the same, right? So if you look at it, right, let me copy and paste this array. For the purpose of this demonstration, Just assume, tell me a 4-letter word quickly.
Ravi,
Uday,
Uday, yeah.
Java.
Guys, okay.
Java, I forgot.
I wish somebody will say. That's okay. Yeah, Ravi is also right 4-letter word. Good word. No problem. Okay. Assuming I type this JAV and then I type this Java. So what used to happen is, Parvez, as what you asked, there
Okay.
used to be a $0. This 0, not O, right? I think.
Oh, okay.
How do I change it? 0 or O? Do you differentiate it? Let's put it this way. So this is C style of notation. Generally, it's a very interesting concept. Probably, the stream of data or files, whatever we say, this is also called terminating character or separation character. So it will be iterated array until it finds a terminating character like this. And it doesn't get counted into the length as well. It is just a demarcation point, more like a full stop in an English statement, right? So it's just a denoting demarcation that the array ends with that. So it's only, you could even do a looping if char of I index that I not equal to \o, or while char of I is equal to not equal to \0. So until you reach that character, keep iterating. So this is typically called as, it's a special name. This particular cell is called as terminating character. What is that?
Terminating character.
Terminating character. But it was prevalent, certainly not in Java. It was prevalent in older languages called what?
No,
C
not in
or C++.
Java, this is not there, right?
No, not in Java. The way Java deals with it is very different.
We should not bother about this.
But it's a topic of discussion. Probably he has got a topic.
Yes.
Obviously, for Java, it doesn't make sense. It is in C, C++. So this is \0. I don't know how do I make the 0 as, with the theta symbol like that. With any font will help me. Okay, this is not O. It is actually, how do you read it? \0 actually.
Okay, so in that older time, not older time, so in that old languages, we don't have this dot length method.
This is how you would find out. What you would potentially do is, you will take a string array, char array, and until it encounters the character as \0, you will keep incrementing the counter.
Okay.
So it would be as good as, let's assume I have this. Let's say char array, say word, right? Assuming that it has got like this. But this is not from your input, assuming you get it from keyboard, like you would have get it from scanf, something like that, right? Because if you do that, you will only declare like this, right? You would do with this, yes or no? But you remember scanf?
Yeah.
To get the input from user.
For character, it is %C, right?
Single character, but what I am doing?
String.
String.
Oh, okay.
Words are just a word. It's a word only. Maybe I'll say word. Make sense? Make sense so far?
Yes, yes.
So what do you do while, or you take for as well? Let's what you take here. Word of I. You could also initialize it. In C, each variable should be declared on the top of the file. You cannot declare in the middle. just before the usage, you cannot declare. You need to declare everything on the top of the file. That's how C works. In type. It's a garbage value. In C, it is a garbage value, not default value. Garbage means some junk. Any arbitrary ASCII string will be assigned. Right? So better what we do here. That's fine. I equal to we don't have I, sorry. How do I iterate it? Word of each character you get it. Word of I each. Maybe you do this integer I, right? I equal to 0. Word of I plus plus or word of I.
Word of I not equal to \0.
So what do? You declare this as well. Let's see. Length plus plus. You could do I plus plus here so that you don't have a what you call endless loop, or you could do this as well. Word of I plus plus. Automatically I will be incremented. So what will happen? You start from 0, the first place, I. It is not equal to 0, incremental length. Then I plus plus, it goes here. It is not equal to 0, the character at that position, not equal to 0, incremental length. Then go for the I plus plus, it goes here. V not equal to \0, incremental length. Length is 3 now. Then I plus plus, A not equal to 0, length plus plus, length becomes 4. Then I plus plus, still it goes here. But this is not equal to \0. This condition is true.
It's
Then
true.
it will
True,
come
true.
out. This condition not equal to \0. Condition is not equal to. The value is \0. I'm asking about a condition.
Yeah, it's no.
It's false, right?
False, yeah.
Then printf length is %d. This is how you write a C. Parvesh, is it clear?
Yeah, Raghavan.
So this is how in earlier languages in C and all we used to write. C or C++ they used to do. And even for a line of input, if you want to do it, \n is a terminating character. You press enter, then that is being read as \r and \n, line feed character. So when you write a file program in C, you will understand one line of input if you want to read it until this is \n. All the characters you accumulate and put it in a string and give it. That's a bit more of older way style of doing it. Okay, makes sense? Now let's go here. So what have we done so far? Now if you want to print it in a loop, what can we do?
For I equal to 0,
Then
I less than length I plus plus.
then
In the
Just
file,
print words, word of I.
word of
okay. Yes or no? Can somebody tell me
What did that carrot I write?
why? I purposely did it. Why? Word of I is
That
word
is
an
not
array.
what is array. It's a string.
Word is not an array. You tend to do this mistake. Conceptually, they are same. You tend to say the same thing, but technically it is not an array. Yes or no?
charAt.
Right? Not the CARROT carrot. It is charAt. Yes. Now you see, I don't know why this percentage gets printed. Probably less than, I don't know what. Last time also it came.
Yeah, I think yesterday also it happened.
Yeah, then probably I should bring it to next line on SOP. I don't know. Probably it is waiting. As probably I think somebody Lakshmi, somebody said.
Yeah, as Lakshmi said, it's at the end of it, so cursor is stopping there.
Now it is
I
done.
think so.
Right? Probably it is waiting. That's a good thing. You see here we have also printed each character. Yes or no? Or
So
if
here's
you
the conclusion, like the string value will be as a char array, right?
yeah, what you could do, just a minute, Uday.
Yeah.
char at index I. Yes, you do that. And you can also add a print event. So you would have a better understanding as to what would print. You get it? Java, even the space is taken. You're seeing it here. Java is really beautiful. RE, because it's a two parameter, it goes slightly on the right hand side. There is a space and it counts everything. Yes or no? CharAt index. Correct?
Yes, yes.
Now let's take one more method. Substring. What if I want to extract a portion? All right. So extracting a portion, we get it done through a substring method. We take start index. There are two flavors of it, substring. Let's look at both.
So you're taking start index and the start and end.
String subword is equal to word dot substring. What do we tend to do when you first use this word, right? Two flavors. First flavor is substring of just start index. The second flavor is, can somebody tell me what is that? Is the difference between this and that?
First we are passing
Start
only
index.
start index, and the second one we are defining like from where it start and
It will
from
give
where it
from the
end.
starting index to till the end of the string. But in the
Minus one.
second case, it will give whatever the part we require, like from starting index to ending index.
Ending index
Specifically,
minus
that part.
one character. Yeah.
Extracts the string. Here, I just only give start index. From that to the end of the string, everything it will pick. But here, second version, I also mentioned the end, from what to what, starting to ending, only those many characters. Extract the characters, percent,
Yeah, it won't print the end index, right, Raghav?
sorry,
It won't print end index, right?
I know, I'm coming there. So
Yeah.
end index -1. It's up to -1 it will take, right? So end index actually -1. From the start up to the end index. That means that's what
By index means it will be the part of it, right? Length will be, we make it -1. So
no,
index will,
index also. Bhaskar, give me a minute. Index is a position character. Length is a total length. So what is the index position you want to print, extract? That's what you specify. Okay. So let's finish that program. Let me give. So 0, 1, 2, 3, right? And 4. I give this. Let's look at one flavor now. So what am I doing now?
Only start index you are giving.
Yeah.
So it will be print till end of that string value.
What is the index I'm taking?
4.
Which is a start index. Yes or no?
Yes, yes.
What do you see here now? I give 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? From 4th, there is a space here. Please understand. If I give 4, a space, does it get visible? Guys?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, the space is visible.
Yeah, so what you should do here for that as well, generally for a string, whenever you print my advice is, you always try to print a string with this, without any space here, right? There should not be any space between the boundaries. All right?
Yeah.
Compile.
All right.
Hmm.
Now you see there is a space. Yes or no?
Yes.
From index 4th I take up to the last index. Yes or no? With that space is really beautiful. Correct?
Yes, yes.
Yes. So here we can say like fifth index is taking, right?
Sorry?
If it's index space. If it is index space we are calculating, then it's
Correct.
taking fifth one. Right.
Not fifth
Now
one.
we are giving the -1.
Why fifth one? I really don't know why are you getting confused. The
Because
fourth.
the J static.
Okay. Because of 0, you mean to say that's correct.
Yeah. Why? Because in end you are mentioning -1. So
That's
same way
correct.
the start
Yeah.
will be +1.
0.
Right?
Yes. That's because 0 it starts with. So 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth character you can look at it that way. But we should not say that at all, Uday, Bhaskar, whoever said that.
Yeah. We
It will be
not say, but
confusing. When you are a developer talking in Java in this sense, you should say from index 4. My complete advice to you. When you start mixing these two, you will always get confused. Stick to 1. Clear?
I think index will be good.
Index is always better. You say 4. 4 is what? You will always don't get confused. If you say 5, then I, that's a confusion. In fact, I got confused as well. So that is one rule of thumb. You should be always using the standard definitions, standard mechanisms when the rest of the world understands. Be a Roman when you are in
Rome.
Rome.
So
all right? Don't get confused. Don't get yourself confused. Don't confuse others as well. You need to stick to the best practices. All right?
yes,
You
sir.
understood? Now, maybe we can say this. What is this? Flavor 1. Then what I'm going to do?
Mentioning start and end index.
Subword 2 is equal to word dot substring of
0,5. Yeah.
7. Now, subword
2.
from
We have
index 4 up to index 7. So what do I print now here?
support 2.
What you are really getting it? All of you please pay attention. I give 4 starting index, right? Did I give 4? Sorry. No.
5 you have given.
Correct. So this is also a mistake you shouldn't make. Log also should mention what? The
Exactly.
right index. So 5, what is the position in 5?
I.
What is the character in 5? I. Then end index up to 7 means what? Not including 7. Up to means end index -1. IS is prints. Yes or no? Now can somebody tell me? I want to only extract the word all.
10,13 you can use.
Chakravarti, sometimes if you know the answer, probably you can keep quiet for a while. Sometimes. I really don't know. Others are not speaking. I know you get the answer. I appreciate it. Others,
Substring of 10,13.
Lakshmi, you also the same case, right? People don't even open their mouth. I'm tired of asking them. I don't know why, right? Okay. Now what can we do? If nobody says, then obviously you go. So, guys, you can go now. What should we do? Subword 3 equal to
Word
substring
dot substring 10 and 13.
10 and
13.
13. Huh?
Yeah.
System.out.println. Not flavor. Specific substring between the index 10 and 13 up to 30 is what? Okay, very good. We get all. Make sense?
Yes. The symbol with the
Obviously, while printing, what you should do
you have to give the symbol arrow symbol.
Braces.
better. Why I say that?
You can identify if any space or something. like that.
Exactly. It will be $1 million worth advice. You will thank me any number of times in your career, guys. Especially in the logs when you print it.
Yeah,
Okay.
log will be complete.
Now you get it all. So this is a substring method. Make sense? So there are quite a few other methods. Okay, we can also take one more interesting method. What if I want to find, this is also interesting method. Let me, I think the main method is going so very long. How do I see if a particular character is present? Use the indexOf method, which gets a character as an input and
Index, right?
returns the index as an int, right?
Oh, okay.
If there is no match, it returns -1 as an index. Just let's look at it. Index of j, let me give it, or index of j. Okay, let's do that. Word dot index of j. Just understand also returns the first index. Probably
The character. You have to process the character, right?
that's correct.
Yeah, now we process.
Passing the first matching index, not first index, first matching index. Okay. All right. Let's print that. All right. What is the index? We all know. What is the index, sir? Is it
Zero.
what?
0.
Why?
First
Because
index.
the string starts with an array of 0.
You need to keep reiterating it. Okay. The concepts. So now is really beautiful. Correct. What I'm gonna make. Okay, let me do one more thing. Can somebody find out what I'm trying to take?
Changing capital A to small
j.
Small j, we have.
So this is, will it throw an error? Compiler error?
Yes.
Default value is -1.
No, wait.
Will not give any error because
Index of j
Java
and
considers
index of j, index of j, these two are matching. They're same.
Is that different?
No.
Different.
How?
Case sensitive. Yeah.
Case sensitive.
Capital J and small.
That word only I'm
Day
not
one
getting.
we have seen, correct?
No error, but output will be -1.
Why -1?
Small
Because
j is
it's
not
not
a
matched.
Why? Because Java is
case sensitive.
Tightly coupled. Tightly written. Sorry.
Bhaskar.
Case sensitive.
Case sensitive. Why tightly coupled here? Case sensitive. We are trying to look for an index of a character which is capital small j. Do you have a small j here?
No.
Oh no.
Correct?
Yeah.
All right. Now, just let's take another two. Index of
L
I.
we can go there.
Sorry.
L is like 2 digits.
Beforehand I had I as well. Yeah. What is index of I is 5.
Space.
We also have one more I here.
20th index also.
Yes or no?
Yes.
We have two I's. Yes or no?
Yes.
But why it gives 5?
It will give only the starting letter found.
Not
First matching index.
Yes, I have given that as well. What is that?
Yeah. First matching index will be returned.
First matching.
First matching index. Index of the first matching character or first matching index doesn't matter. Correct? It will scan from left to right. Whichever character it find, it will give you. Okay. But what if I want to get this I, the last? All right. We have another method.
This is for only the last element or all?
Only last.
Okay.
Last index. When I say similar to index of means what? Gets a character, returns an integer. Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Word dot last index of I. And what do we do? System out println
To print the last index.
last index of I equal to last index of I. Yes, sir.
Yes.
What do you get last index?
20.
Index 5, last index 20. What if we have some more I in the middle? Uday, that's what you wanted to ask, right?
Yeah, all.
You don't have a way. You need to skip that. There are different variants of methods. Index of I also, you have a parameter you could pass, right? Let's take a look at this. Give me a minute.
So here, can I assume that it's scanning from right to left?
No,
Last index
no, it goes from left to right. That's why you say 5 is this. Last index of it scans from here. That's correct. Sorry, my bad.
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah,
I'm asking about last.
right. For last index of it scans from this. That's correct. Okay.
Right to left.
Or probably, I don't know, internally we'll find that out as well. Last index of we can find the source code and see how does it find, right? So let's go to Java doc.
I had doubts, so just say ask.
No problem. No issues at all, Uday. Please do ask that question. Absolutely fine. That's why we are here to learn, right? No problem. You don't need to feel bad about it asking a question. Do you see here? Index of takes one character, returns an index. It also says from index. From which position you want to count the index, right? Not from the very beginning. You want to skip this many characters and then you find the next. Yes or no? But you could also pass a string, not always a character. You could also pass a string. Interestingly, it takes int character. Can somebody tell me what the nuances? Int character.
ASCII code.
ASCII, exactly. That's right. We have already discussed. That's one of the assignments on the previous day. Each character is actually stored as an internal to ASCII character. It's an ASCII value. So that's why it takes int. Even though you pass a character, internally its integer value is getting passed. Okay. So you could also pass a string. Let's take a look at that method. Now I want to find, I don't want to use the last method, but there is another favor. Int, say next index of I, word dot index of I, but which index? Maybe from 5 onwards. Clear? I don't want to count 5. From 5th onwards, what is the next index? Understood? Skip 5. From 5th onwards, what is my next index? Next index of I from the position 5.
5. I think it will be return first I 5, right?
From 5.
Okay,
After 5 from index. Let's see. Yeah, 5 means 5, correct. Because I want to start from 5th. 5th itself, it's fine. So it gives me that. So what should we do now then? What can we do?
Mention as 6.
Very good. That's about it, guys. The programming is all about that. So what do you pass?
5, comma
In
6.
next end of 5.
I'll put it this way. Can I do this 5 plus 1?
Yeah, that's what perfect.
It's an expression. So now what do you get? Print, get me the
20.
index of I,
Yeah.
but after the index 5, 6. From 6th, what is my I? First matching I.
It is
Clear?
20.
20.
First matching I. That's all it's all. Okay. Let's do the same thing for can somebody tell me what is that output? So what would be the output of this last snippet?
Four.
You get it right?
10.
A
in
and
Java, right?
3.
Four.
So let's look at that's why this is very useful, right? When you look at string,
3.
you agree with
4
me?
will come.
This is very useful. You keep it handy, correct? Put a for loop and it helps you very clearly. Yes or no? So what do you want to print now?
3 will come, sir.
Index of A after 3. 0, 1,
3
2.
will come.
Okay, 3 means 3. Okay, let me I really compute that. Maybe I use 3 plus 1. JAVA. Okay, sorry, my bad. I use or yeah, 3 or 4, I can say. Now, what is output?
10.
Right, I'll print that.
Can you show it?
Correct, that's right. I'm taking the index of A, but from the position 4.
4.
0, 1, 2, 3, 4. I
Space.
Afterwards, what is my first matching index? 10.
10.
If I don't specify the second argument, what would be my index of A? Second argument as a position. From index, I don't pass it. Then what would be
1 will come.
1? You are clear? Index of,
Yes.
last index of with different variants. Right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
I think pretty much for now, we will stop here to look at the other topics. Maybe we'll come back to this later, right? String, length, index of, last index of, charAt, substring, all these we looked at it. Maybe another 5 methods we'll take sometime later. Make sense, guys? Any questions so far on this?
Raghavan, since you have used the for loop, so that we can able to visualize it, where the index and all.
Yes.
I'm just visualizing like what if we don't have, then I have to first get the where first index is. Then I will probably pass plus 1
Correct.
to
That's the
avoid the
programmatic way.
hard coding. Yeah.
Programmatic way I was about to do, but it's already 9:30. I want to cover something on class and object.
Okay.
The natural flow, I was about to say that. Programmatically,
Yes,
that's
yes.
the reason if you look at it, if you look at that, say for example, next index. See here, why I put 5 plus 1 because of that. You would have
Correct.
to programmatically parse it, only then you would parse it, you'll understand. Can we do
Yes.
that now?
Yeah, quick one, yeah.
So let's assume I don't even know anything. Let's deal with this stuff.
So we can take any other way.
Right now, I just wanted to find the second index, right? The problem statement. Let's find the second index of really beautiful E. Java is really beautiful. Somebody, I don't know, anybody had a thought why I didn't type hello world? Maybe only W, O will be common, hello and world. Java is really beautiful. Purposefully, I give some long string so that you have a permutation combination of characters, right? Let's print the programmatic characters. As of now, forget about this. Maybe let me, what again? So comment this out for now. All right. Purposely, I'm commenting it. How do I get the index of E? What is the problem statement? I want to print the
Second
second
index of
E. So what
E,
should I do?
yes.
First,
Yes.
find the index of first matching index of E, correct?
Mm.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Then find the next index from the first index. Yes or no?
Yes.
That is all. Index of E equal to word dot index of E. Let's take it. Then you can say second index of E equal to word dot index of E comma the first index of E. Typically, the index is at that position. Sometimes you want to manipulate it, especially when you do substring itself, you want to take it in a looping, etc. You might need to put +1 here from the next index. You want to skip that index, basically, right? This is how you do, because the index is matched. Ultimately, let's assume hello world is hello world. This is the string. And somebody tell me what is the index of O?
4.
0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Correct. What is the second index of O? Should I be finding it? If at all? I would.
8.
That's the actual
8.
index. So grammatically, if we want to compute, should I need to give 4 or from 5?
From
If
5.
you give from 4, what will happen? Let's try this. If we give
Again
from 4,
4.
what will happen? It will
Again
give
4 will
4.
come.
But do you want to consider 4?
No.
No.
So what should you do? You do +1.
From 5 it's out +1.
Right? Let's assume I'll make it even more better. Say word equal to dear. DER, dear. You all know there is a word, right?
Yeah.
So what do I do now? Index of file. Word dot index of E. Index of. Make sense? You know what I'm doing? Can somebody explain me? Absolute silence, guys. I really don't know.
You are
So first
trying
output
to
will be
find
2.
Third index.
Yes. What I'm trying to do?
Without incrementing and incrementing, so you are trying to print what is the
Correct.
index of E.
Yes. So it's just an index, right? My bad. We don't need this. From position, this +1, correct? Yes or no?
Definitely, yeah. +1.
Then what I'm doing here? This is trial. I'm purposefully making a
To make the changes like adding +1 and not adding +1, what will be the difference?
this is actual trial. Position, so +1. Here just a position. I can save multiple times of compilation. That's why I'm typing everything at one shot, guys. Every time I need to go back, so many sequence of characters I do, right? Java, C, Java, and all. Now, do you see here? Dear. Forget about rest of all the words. What is our word? Dear. You
Dear.
know index, it's very simple. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Correct? 0, 1, 2, 3 starts with 0. What is the index of E?
1, 0, 1, yeah, 1.
What is the index of E from the position 1 and 2? From 2, if I start, it's again 2. Probably from 2 means 2 considered. If I don't do that, 1 itself I give, it gives this index. So which is right, which is wrong? What is my problem statement?
We want the second
is the
index of
correct
E.
answer.
So what is right, what is wrong? Is the first position is right or second index is right?
First,
You understand that, right? You need to always go past that first index. +1 you should do. Clear?
yes.
Yes, sir.
This no black magic, just a logical computation. You have a string here, an array. You start with this. This index is already achieved, accomplished. So if you want to get the real next, you should go beyond that. You cannot be still from there, because if you are counting that, it will be still considered. We have already considered that. We have already seen that as an example. In the previous example, we have seen, right? If you give 1, the example 4, 3 you take, it takes 3 as well. Yes or no? That's the reason we skip that. So how do you skip it? You add +1 to that. So the next index, it's what is being considered as a starting position from which it will start considering and finding the first matching index from that position. So you add 1 to that so that you are going past that particular index. Make sense? Parvez, is it clear?
Yes, Raghavan.
Others?
Yes, sir, clear.
Yes, Raghavan.
Yes, yes.
So that is with respect to string, whatever best that we could cover today. I'm gonna touch upon classes and objects. Whoever doesn't know, just a refresher. Let's take class object demo. Right. Okay. See. Now, how many participants are there in this class?
10.
10, including
8.
you, 10.
Only 10, somewhere around 10 or 13, right? Let's assume we need to capture the name, age, location of all the participants. Please pay attention. I'm typing non-class object demo. How should I do, sir? Let's take 10 people. I want to capture name, age, location. What would be your approach? All of you, please pay attention. Whoever is still there, actively join the line. Please pay attention, right?
Variable.
Okay, how do I declare the variable? How many variables?
String name. Yeah.
3 variables.
Or array we can do.
Very good. First choice is what? Option 1. Declare variables.
Variables.
Right?
Yeah. And array we can take.
Use an. It's a very good
Array.
option. Right? Now declare
Doubtful.
variables means there is a challenge. How many? Right?
If 10 members, 10 time string value name we have to.
Let's assume we have 10 participants. All the participants, when I say, what is the count? Roughly for the sake of discussion, let's take 3 participants now. Let's say 3 participants. Just for the simplicity, right? How do I go if I have to go for option 1? How do I go?
String name.
1. String
String
name
1, 2, 3.
3.
age 1.
3 3s are 9.
Age 3. Then location 1.
LOC 1, LOC 2.
Say LOC. Yeah, great. Line of control. LOC. All right. You can't make a guess. So better. LOC is also okay, but where possible, you have to give a meaningful name. That's a basic discipline. Okay. There is a best example. Kathy says at first Java book, they always say, can somebody read it? Lasia, can you read it for me?
Yes, sir.
Can you read this for me?
Yeah, just because it is legal does not mean that it is right.
So what do you understand from this?
Just because it is shortcut, we should not use it. Make it readable.
Exactly. So this is right. It's legal, but recommended.
Standard.
You better use the meaningful name. Is it meaningful?
Yeah.
LOC is meaningful.
No.
ADT, XYZ, PQR, IE, EIJ. No. Some people will write XYZ, grr, brr, and all they will type. Don't ever do that mistake. You better don't code at all. I've seen string GRR. I'm coming in the log, they will put. I'm coming some 100 Gs, they will put. Don't do that. Just stay precise and stay professional. This is one place really where you can be as professional as possible. Right? Don't show your frustrations in the logs. All right? Array, Babu, and all, don't name it. Mongoose, Faltu and all people have it. I'll tell you, I've seen all that. I've seen in JavaScript variable names like this. I have seen it. And I've given a review comment. Ye kya hai cheese? अच्छा था मैं हिंदी तो जानता हूँ, right? Thank God I haven't seen like this. That's different story, right? So don't give any of that style. You just better stick to the purpose of that variable. What is that we are using it for, right? So this is one style. Without saying, do you all know what is that advantage or disadvantage of this? Yes or no?
Even the outside person can see what it is.
That is okay, Lakshmi, that's fine. You are again going, always, you're talking about marriage, you're talking about children. Right, you're coming to encapsulation. Oops, properties. Hold on to that.
Self-explanatory, and
Advantage is fine.
even if we want to use the same variable anywhere, we won't get confused. Like what that is.
Great. Meaningful names. Then, what do you call?
So, Raghavan, you're asking about why we give meaningful names, right?
I'm talking about option one.
Okay.
Compare option one.
Okay.
Good question. Not just on meaningful names. Though we give meaningful names, so I have better control on individual variables. Correct? Individual variable. If at all you want directly attached to that, still you think of. But what is the overhead challenge?
Memory?
No. Not at all. Absolutely no.
Okay.
Same memory is going to occupy. Heap as well. If it is a what you call stack, and the memory doesn't have any difference at all.
Doing the operation is challenging.
Line of code will increase.
What? That's a good thing.
Okay.
Line of LOC. Lazia.
Yes.
Lazia out of control. LOC.
Yeah, for each participant, we have 3 variables which is not linked to each other. So we need to remember which name, age, and location
That's
is
also the
respective.
That's where I'm coming there. That's main input as well. Main idea. What is that? Maintenance. Yes or no? And the code is very lengthy, messy and lengthy. What if there are 100 students? Lakshmi, I'll ask you that question. What you got that function demo, right, Lakshmi? 100,
Yes, sir.
put 10, 20, you pause 100, it will print. Doesn't matter. The function.
Yes.
Now I want to, in a typical college, university, school, how many children are there in a school? How many students are there in a particular class or section?
For average 50 members, for 10th class, it will be like 500 to 700.
One class alone we'll talk about it, just to keep it
50 members.
Now, how many variables you will have?
50 into 3, 150.
Name 1, name 2, name 3, name 4, name 5, name 47, name 48. Age 1, age 35, age 38. Age 39. Loc 1, loc 2, loc 3. Sorry, location 1, location 2, location 36, location 38. Right?
Yeah.
So, do you find it easy to
No.
manage it, maintaining it?
No.
Very difficult. You need to remember the sequence number as well. 48, now 49, then 50. So that's not an easy, best way of dealing with it. Yes or no?
Yes.
I don't really, we are programming to the number of participants in this style. Yes or no? As many
Yes.
number of participants are there, we are keeping those many. Okay, let me tell you the another factor, Lakshmi. Same restaurant example, right? All of you know, we go to restaurant. Do we carry our own plates?
No.
Most likely no, right? In that case, assuming that there is a party, you take 100 of your friends to a hotel, restaurant, right? Or whatever example that we have seen, correct? Do they have 100 plates?
They don't carry, but in the restaurant they will provide.
Yeah, in the restaurant, do they have 100 plates?
Yes, obviously. They
Okay,
will.
you take 1,000 members.
It's not possible.
So there is a restriction, right?
Yes.
Roughly, the number of plates would be limited. They keep an optimal number of plates,
Yes.
which is matching to the potential number of customers expected to come on a particular day, on a particular time. Maybe 20 plates, 30 plates, that's a decent count, correct? What if more number of people come?
They will try to wash and they will give clean and they will give. Yes,
Yes or no? Take the same example here. Do we need to have 100 variables, 1,000 variables matching with the maximum number of guests that's coming to a restaurant, like that, matching with the maximum number of, if you keep 100 variables here, aren't you writing a program matching up for the target audience?
Yes.
If a restaurant owner buys 1,000 plates, isn't he really buying the plates matching up to the maximum number of customers they may turn up on a day?
It's waste for him.
Exactly. Why to waste so much of money?
Yes.
For sure, not every day 1,000 customers will turn up, correct?
Yes, yes.
Maybe 20, 30 is a decent size, optimal size. Then it's fine. Not like, the customer who came in first will not be eating forever. Yes or no?
Yes.
Any customer will need few minutes to consume the item that is being served to him. Idli, bhaji, dosa, 5 to 10 minutes, or if at all 15, 20 minutes, right?
Yes.
Thereafter, obviously, the plate will be empty. You wash it and keep it ready for the next customer. You get the context? So you don't prefer using those many variables. So you don't want to invest money of the logistics or your inventory based on some potential random arbitrary number of customers who might possibly turn up on a fine day, especially on a particular high event occasion. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
We don't want to write the program for the number of participants. We want to write a program for a problem. What is the problem statement in restaurant? In the restaurant, what the problem restaurant owner is trying to solve?
So he need to serve at least
the
100
food.
people, but
So don't talk about numbers. That's one thing.
okay.
Don't talk about numbers. The problem statement. A restaurant owner keeps a restaurant to serve
the people.
Serve food to the people.
Food.
The number of customers is out of question. If it is a small restaurant, the budget is small, he can serve probably for 50 customers. If it is a larger restaurant, they can accommodate, they can prepare the food for 100 customers or 200 customers. That's the only degree of difference. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Apart from that, is there any difference between the roadside shop owner and a big restaurant owner on the purpose?
No.
That's all we take it here. We write the program to solve a particular problem. We don't write the program on the number of audience whom we will be serving. Is it clear? All of us?
Clear.
Yes, sir.
So option 1 is it preferred? We write the program to solve a particular problem, not keeping in mind of the number of target audience. Not really. Some cases we want, especially in array, and you need to know how many you want to do. Typically, how many dishes, etc. Right? Don't get confused with everything at one shot. Is it clear? So in that case, What is the decision? It is not recommended. Let's use an array. How do you use an array? Array.
Square bracket.
Then
We will pass the name. Yeah.
here you need to know the size. Potentially, roughly how much you would serve. This is fine. I'm only talking about this, each individual number of variables where the code becomes lengthy for that. Here, definitely we need to have some size. Otherwise, the compiler will hold. Yes or no?
Error, yeah.
You need to
Sir,
keep
if
some
we
plates. It is not
one-
like a restaurant owner will keep one plate. He will keep some plates, correct? If not 1,000, at least he'll keep 10 plates or 20 plates. Yes or no? That's the optimal we're talking about. Yes or no, guys?
Yes, Raghu.
Let's just do this math. Now. I don't know how many of the rest follow. I'm tired of asking the question. They don't even open their mouth. I leave it to them.
Location array, new string. Sir, there is no need to give flower bases when we are declaring the size.
Yeah, which is also fine. I want to initialize an empty array. That's also fine.
Okay.
This is also good. That's also good. This is empty array. It's as good as. But there's nothing wrong. You can do this as well. Or if you
Yes.
do this, you can initialize that. If you initialize this, you don't need to give a size. Yes.
Then no need size.
Let's take 3. Now we can add this each individually. Age array of 0 equal to say 30. Age array of 1 equal to 22. Age array of 2 equal to 28. Something like that. So here you declare and then you assign the size. This is a different style of array allocations, right?
Yes, Raghu.
We put the location as well. You will say Chakravarti, ikkada unnaru meeru. Kahan pe aap?
Tadepattigudem.
AP ya?
Andhra Pradesh, India.
Andhra Pradesh ma? Telangana kada?
Telangana kalsi.
Okay. Alage. Mera Bharat Mahan. So we do this. So what is the traits of using an array, guys, now? What is the advantage?
We don't need to declare size.
The code is relatively simpler. Right?
Very simple and better to read.
Relatively better maintenance and readability. That's also correct. Yes or no?
Yes.
Challenge.
If it is like 10 people, we can manage. If it is like 100, it is also very complicated to see.
Size is a question still, right? But what is that we are doing it here? We are dealing with all attributes separately still. Here as well it is. Challenges. What do I mean by this? Assume I want to manipulate the details of a student in method, one method. What should I pass? Let's say I say
One by one, we have to assign the
print
value.
student details. I have a method. What values do I pass to this method?
The time of method declaration, what we have mentioned.
Select the question.
I want to have a method called print student details.
We
Public
need to pass all 3
Student.
arrays.
print student details. I want to print it here.
Name array, age array, location array.
What do I pass? Yes. What do I pass?
All three
Name
array.
array,
All three are
name array, age array, location array.
Location array, lock array. Lastly,
Location.
Lastly, are you still there?
Yeah.
Lasia? She dropped.
She,
no?
she
dropped
dropped.
off.
She, yeah, shipping in WhatsApp group. Yeah. Network issue she's faced.
Okay, fair enough. All right. Is it fine? Any questions on this? Anybody? Any questions?
No, sir.
No, Raghav.
Always hope you are still around, right?
Yeah.
Need to
Yeah.
pause. Assume there's no big deal. Array is relatively simple. We all agree.
Yes, Raghav.
Probably instead of 10, we can pass 100, 200. It's very easy. We don't have those many variables. We have 20 plates, we manage it. That's the kind of situation we are in. But just pay attention. This is easy, we deal with it. Yes or no? What if I want to capture a few more attributes of a student? Like his email, address, mobile number.
We need to create.
What should I do now?
We need to increase the argument size as well.
Exactly. We need to declare those many
Arrays.
individual arrays and also pass those many new arguments into the method print
Method
student details.
detail.
But do you get a pattern? The argument list becomes
Increase.
lengthy.
Lengthy. Hard to memorize also.
Yes. Hard to keep track, not memorize. Memorize is, are you gonna memorize and spit out? You guys
No.
talking
Keep track.
about student, keep track. That's what you intend to say. Don't say memorize. That's not the right word. If you say memorize, then you are memorizing the syntax. You are not understanding, just mugging up. Is that what you intend to convey, Lakshmi?
No. It's hard to
think
keep
Many
track.
people use that word memory, memorize. It's all to deal with the junior school, first year college level, memorize and all. Do not ever use such words. You don't memorize, you don't mug up, you don't spit.
Yes.
Hard to keep track, associating, that we can stop there, right? Okay.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes,
So
sir.
why do you think it becomes increasingly complex?
Because of the requirements.
And if there's no requirement, we don't need to, we don't have a job. Survey.
Yeah. Sorry, I was into SI.
No worries. That is probably a flavor of an answer, but not really appropriate. Right?
Okay.
Why do you think? See, it is just about a logical context I'm talking about. Why or where do you think or how you think the program becomes complex? I'm already typing whatever I'm saying. I'm typing it so that you could refer. You don't need to memorize it, Lakshmi. I'm not letting you memorize.
Yes, sir. I understood.
It's all in front of you. What do you think, or where or how you think the program becomes complex? In this array itself, I'm talking about.
The arguments list is keep on increasing. The size is more.
Right. So the argument list keep on increasing. There itself is a clue. I'll just wait for one more minute just to see whether somebody is able to give me that answer. 13 has become 8. I don't know how many dropped off, what reason, I don't know. Fair enough. What do you think?
Passing the value, like assigning the work value. That's the difficult one.
Sorry, Uday? No, can you repeat it?
assigning the value, like
I'm not able to comprehend. Okay,
if
maybe
I have 10 students, then for everyone we have to pass the name, right? So each and one by one.
that is okay. That is okay. You still have a placeholder to capture the marks, capture the name, etc. You need to have it. But the way it becomes
Accessing the individual details, all particular details of an individual student will
Mhm.
become complex.
There you go. Bhaskar, you are on the track. Yes, can you elaborate your
Yeah,
answer?
that's what I had to expect, but a different way.
Correct. This can quite possibly happen, Uday. You may intend to convey something in an interview or any discussion, but the choice of words, what you put in, is very important. Like when you say memorize, I knew that Lakshmi did not mean memorize. But the other person, probably because I have a different understanding, I don't take her wrong that she doesn't mug up. I get her right. If not, there is a possibility that I would understood that she is mugging up. That's what she said, memorizing. Yes or no?
Yes, and it's not my intention, but
See.
unintentionally I used that word.
That's what I'm saying. Likewise, Uday, whatever you try to explain, I couldn't comprehend because your choice of words probably are not right.
Yeah.
Clear? This is where you also, all of us need to practice. How do you explain things? That matters a lot. Okay?
Meaningful code.
Meaningful code or meaningful words, vocabulary.
Okay.
What words? Memory is not the right word. Keeping track is the right word here. Though they are two different wording meanings, but we intend to convey that, but we use a different word. Right? It's more like, you know what? I'll kill you. Depends on your modulation, the word, the meaning will vary. Yes or no?
Yes.
When you are laughing and saying, hey, I'll kill you, that gives a different meaning. But when you are very terror-faced, terrific, with a gun on your hand, and you say, I'll kill you, what does that mean? The word is same, but the modulation, intonation differs. Yes or no?
Yes.
Likewise. So the hint here is, just in the interest of time, we are not dealing with all the attributes in a common container or a common entity. We are dealing them separately. Instead, we deal all of them individually. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
It's as good as, I'll tell you an example. All of you go to office. What do you carry with you? When you're going to office, what do you carry?
ID card.
Bag, laptop.
That all?
Laptop, ID card,
Then?
water bottle.
Lunchbox, water bottle.
Bottle then? Be practical. Yeah, what else you do tend to carry every day to your office from home?
Wallet,
Bag to keep all
mobile
those.
phone.
Wallet, mobile phone, then? Most important, few things are missing.
Bag to carry all those.
That's right answer beforehand. You tend to carry the charger, most likely, right? Your access card, ID card, access card, quite a few things. How do you carry all of them? Actually, Bhaskar gave the clue, right? You put all of them in a bag, shoulder bag, and carry, or you carry everything in your hands, bare.
A bag.
Like Lord Hanuman, Sanjeevi. You carry like this to office, or you put it in a bag and lift the bag and go. Put it in your shoulder.
In a bag and carry.
You understand the difference, right?
Yes.
You put it in a bag, what is the advantage?
The things
All
will be
things
safe
are at
and
one
no will
place.
be.
Sorry?
All will be in at one place, I mean, in a
Very
bag.
correct. Good, Parao. Next.
Easy to carry.
Very good. All of them, you put it in one bag. It's easy to carry everything at one shot. And things are kept safe as well. It's easy to lift, easy to transport. Yes or no? Would it be the same if you carry every individual particle at hand? Maybe ID card, you tag it, access card, you keep it in the bag, wallet, you keep it in your pen pocket, laptop, you carry in your hand, maybe charger, you hang around in your neck. Just imagine that scenario. You can still do, right? But is it efficient?
No.
Why? Why? Forget about the humorous aspect of it. You may look different. That's fine. Forget about it. You don't assume we don't mind about the people who are making comments on us. Forget about that for a minute.
Hard
Is it-
to maintain all those things all the time while
Yes,
going to the office.
That's what I asked the question. Is it efficient?
No.
Where do you think it becomes tough?
But
See, that's what I'm
while
saying.
maintaining all those things, yeah, while
What do you
maintaining
mean
all
by
those
maintenance?
things,
What do you mean by maintenance? Where do
uh,
you justify the word maintenance?
keeping track of all the things,
How?
maintenance.
Can you explain me with an example?
Wherever you go, you need to carry all the things along with you.
Then
If the things get increased, it's hard to
that's all.
maintain.
Assume we have 5-10 items, whatever we discussed. ID card, laptop, charger, access card, wallet, water bottle, laptop. Maybe makeup kit if at all you have it, anything for that matter, or a tablet box, etc. Best example, while you are going from home to office, maybe there are places you might need to take a rest, or probably you need to put it somewhere. You are in a bus, you'll be sitting and you will get up. That's where you becomes maintenance, right? How does it become?
Yes.
When you sit in a bus, you will sit or you will stand, always keep it like this because you are Lord Hanuman.
No, we will sit right.
In that case, what is it convenient to you or inconvenient to you?
Not convenient, like inconvenient.
Why? Where the inconvenience comes in?
Because all the things are not in one place. It is here and there in my
You
head,
need to
hands,
take
and everything.
exactly. You need to take extra efforts to fold, unfold, or keep it besides while you are sitting. Then take
Yes.
it after you get up. Yes or no?
Yes.
This is an explanation of the word maintenance. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
This is how you justify that maintaining is difficult. Correct? You need to
Yes, sir.
accept that. What if there is a person sitting besides? You need to ask for his help, an obligation. Hey, can you please hold on? I'll sit and then get it from you. And hey, can you please hold on? I'll get up and take it from you. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
You need to do all these unwanted but certainly avoidable operations. Correct? How do you
Yes,
avoid
sir.
that? If you carry all of them in a bag, what do you do?
We will place all the things in one bag and just simply carry
Yes.
that one bag.
Yes, you don't need anybody's help. You just take the bag from your shoulder and sit and keep it in your lap, and you yourself will carry without any
Yes.
assistance. There is
Yes,
no
sir.
maintenance overhead. Yes or no, guys?
Yes,
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 sir.
Raghavan.
This is how I could probably give an example of the container. The bag is a container asking you, helping you to carry all the relevant articles. In this case of our example, going to an office, how does a bag help you?
To carry the things
What things? That's what I'm again putting it here. There is a word underlined. What things? The things related to your office work. Do you carry lighter,
No.
gas stove, sugar box,
To carry work related things.
tur dal, tea powder,
No.
washing powder? No, right? You
No,
carry
no,
the
Raghavan.
items related to the purpose. What purpose?
Working.
Assume you go on a particular one-day trip. You go out for a movie or you go out. What do you carry by then?
If we are planning to go out, we will take some dress.
Yes. Same mobile charger, not laptop though. Some
Yeah.
water bottle. Few items
Yeah.
may be common, but the items will vary based on the location where you are traveling, the purpose.
Yes. Yeah.
But the bag is common. It's again the conceptually the container is common. Correct?
Yes.
This is what exactly. Okay, let's assume how many of us are still there in the call? 8.
8 members.
Eight
I say
members.
there is a bag, just a bag. I say, do you catch hold of a bag as of now? When I say a bag and you are all able to visualize it, right? Yes or no?
Yes, Raghavan.
Laptop, mobile charger, and I said Hanuman. I showed my hands like this are a bag. But do you really play that role? Do you have something to hold physically?
No.
When do you think you'll hold? But you all go to office, all of us.
Yes.
So we are talking about things in what sense? We're talking about the theory. What is it
Yes.
all?
Hypothesis.
Hypothesis, or there is one more thing called what? Conceptual.
Conceptual.
right? A bag that helps us carry all the relevant items. Yes or no?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yes or no? In reality or actual, right? What do we really have? All of us need to implement this, do this in action. What do? Parvez, Uday Kumar, Bhaskar, Lakshmi, and Chakravarti. Who else I'm missing? Lazia is still there? No. Who else? Tata Apparao, Vamsi. All of you, Bhaskar, need to go to office by carrying a bag. What do? Oh, Raghav said, bag. Okay, I have a bag. I take. Will it help you to carry your laptop, mobile, charger, water bottle, ID card, access card, etc. by just thinking on this physically, thinking on this conceptually?
We need to have a one good laptop bag so that we can put all the things. No, we cannot take all the things in cover, right? Cover is also a bag.
What is that good laptop, bad laptop bag?
Like it is like a
Branded.
not branded. That's
features
which can
of the
fit that
bag.
laptop.
You need to a real thing, entity. Yes or no?
Yes, sir. We
Purchase,
can't put that laptop in a cover or something like that.
purchased from a shop. Only then you can actually stuff the items in. Yes or no? You need to go buy a bag, man.
Yes, yes. We
You need to have
physically,
possess
yeah.
a bag. You
Yeah.
need to capture, hold a bag, physical bag. Then you put your stuff in. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So when you say bag, that's a conceptual thing. It's also called, let's now define another terms, right? When you say bag, the conceptual thing is also called as a blueprint. What is that?
Yeah. Blueprint.
Layout or a structure, but is nothing real. Yes,
Yes.
it's called as atlas in OOP language. What is that?
Object oriented.
The real is called a physical
Yeah. Like building or
actual
something.
entity in memory. We need memory to store. Do we? If I say just a bag, do you really need a store in the floor? Actual inside the house, do you need to store the word bag?
No.
No.
You just hear it. Maybe you store it in your brain. That's fine. Physically, do you need a space, 1 square feet? Keep the word bag. Or do you need actual space to actually keep the real bag?
Actual space to create real bag.
It is real, right? That is
Yeah.
called an object. Make sense?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
One, you want to keep conceptual as a blueprint skeleton or a structure using which you can create multiple real living entities. Yes or no? I'll also tell you the same restaurant example. What is the famous breakfast item for South Indians? Uday, Bhaskar, you can excuse. Typically,
Idli dosa.
Vada pav, idli dosa. Okay, great. Let's start. Okay, dosa as well. Fine. How do you think the idli is made up of?
Made up of urad dal and
Okay. Not the real preparation. In
Okay.
terms of devices. That's okay. How do you think an idli is prepared? What do you need? Keep aside, there is a batter. You prepared it. Then how do
idli
you-
batter and one utensils to make idli.
the pan or the idli maker, right? With the
Idli
holes
maker.
in it, you pour the batter and let it boil. Yes or no?
Yes, steam.
Yes.
Steam. You put it in steam, correct?
Yes.
Roughly, there is a container full of batter, right?
Okay.
Which may potentially which may produce 100 idlis.
Mhm.
Right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
From all the idlis are made up of what? What source?
Same batter.
Batter is common. That's input. You want to put the input. The actual
And the container also same, right?
idli
We
maker
will
is
just
one.
yes.
You are using that
Multiple
as
times.
a template or skeleton or structure as a base. On top of it, you pour it and get it. So what is the shape of the idli?
The shape of the idli maker.
That the dimensional width of the round shape is dependent on what is the shape the hole is actually made in the idli maker. Yes or no?
Yes, yes.
So using that as a blueprint structure or skeleton, you pour as many as the batter you want and get a real object out of it. If you simply keep the pan or the idli maker, do you have anything to eat it, consume it?
No,
No.
we need batter, right? To make
If
some
you eat it,
idlis.
you let me know. I'll have a separate discussion with you. Not anybody around. If any of you say, yes, I eat it, I certainly need to have a discussion with you. The superpower I need to buy. Let's have a separate discussion. You create a Zoom meeting with me. Do you eat anything from it? Don't give virtual daughter sending kisses in the box and all. No. Talk reality where there is a hunger. Do you quench your hunger? Right? Do you arrest your hunger by just taking it out of that? Just by air, you take it anything out of it? Or do you need a real substance to put in and get a real item out of it, object out of it? Really?
A real
We need
object,
real.
yeah.
So you need real. Only then you eat it, then your hunger gets arrested.
Yes.
So that actual template or structure, the base using which or on top of which you use that to create a real substance, that is called a blueprint. That's called a clause. It gives a reference point. Sir, this is how idli will come, sir. How do you say so? Look at the shape. It's this big round. The idli will be of that thickness or the width. It's a smaller idli, mini idli. How does the size of a mini idli comes?
It's like 1 inch.
Oh, wow, you're too precise, Lakshmi. Right, smaller, right? But you get mini idli, pour the batter into mini idli plate, the idli maker, you get that size. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
Or do you have that superpower to pour the batter into mini idli but get a bigger idli?
No.
No.
So
Not
it is
possible.
also the fact that the container should really matter as a blueprint to help you get the real object. Yes or no? Understood?
Understood, sir.
Yeah,
Or
understood.
Class is nothing but a blueprint, which is like a idli maker.
blueprint or a skeleton or a structure or a reference point. Right? Let me tell you one more example. We all live in houses. The civil architects, what do? They print a diagram to build a house, the architecture diagram. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
All of you would have seen it. Sir, this is what maybe 20 by 30 sites, sir. 10 by 10, there is a bedroom. We have it here, in which this is what the room size, this is the bathroom size. 5 by 6 is the hall size. Probably, 4 by 5 is the kitchen size, right? Something like that they lay out. Yes or no?
Yes, yes.
And outside 7x5 is a lawn. Probably you have a garden. You can have a well here. This is a parking lot, all that. How do you think that diagram is represented or handed over to you? Assuming that you are the buyer, some other person is an architect. How do you think they hand it over to you?
With the help of blueprint.
No,
They will put all those things in a paper and they will give it.
paper. So do you think in that paper you live? You get your computer, you stay there,
no.
start making
No.
idlis.
Real.
You start making idlis from that paper. Inside the paper, you go in. If you have that capacity also, let me know. I want to talk to you. If any of you have that superpower or capacity. No, right? I hope I'm still talking to humans, not aliens. Not the superpower people, right? Now, no Shaktimans here, right?
No.
Okay. You get that, right? So that's a blueprint or structure skeleton they draw in a paper for you to conceptualize, visualize. But do you really get a place to live in, to store your items? You go sleep, take bath, do puja.
No.
What do you really need to live in?
A real house
How do you think the house will get constructed?
based on the blueprint.
What is the blueprint? It's a structure.
class.
It's a shape. They will build the house by taking that as a reference point. Okay, now we started building. Anytime when there is a doubt, what do you think they will do? While
They
building,
will refer to the blueprint.
exactly. Any point in time, the diagram what they have written will give you a reference point. This is how. Let's say this is a 4 idli batter, right? Idli maker, you have a thing 4x5. So 5 plates are there. Each plate can give you 4 idlis. So at one shot, one lot, how many idlis you will make?
20.
And each of the idlis will be of this much of width or size or volume that you think of it. Always you refer to that. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Likewise, this is where I'm constructing the house. Oh, this is the dimension of the bedroom. This is the dimension of the play area. So they refer back to it. One more question. Now all of you are getting a house built on the same diagram, right? Do you think anybody will have a different size, different shape?
No, the size and shape should be the same
Why?
because we have declared in the blueprint, right?
You refer to the same blueprint. You pour the batter into the same idli maker, the plate, correct? So this is how class is something to conceptualize a container as a container that will accommodate all the things together in a single unit. It's a container that carries the relevant attributes pertaining to a particular problem. If you are interested in capturing a house details, you will have the attributes for a house. Let's say a number of windows, number of doors, the total size of the bed, number of bedrooms, kitchen probably one, right? Maybe a number of parking. Yes or no? You'll talk about that. What if you want to capture a student details, which we have been talking about? What attributes we will capture?
Name, email, phone number, location.
Right. Do all of you agree?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? Parvez?
Yes, Raghavan.
Right. Let's do this here. I want to capture a class called student. Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Student.
Okay, give me a minute. Let me do this. Or no. What do I capture here?
Name, age.
Just bear with me one more thing. Whenever we say a class, it bears two different things. Any class has a structure or skeleton. One is the attribute, or it is also called as properties, right? Other is the behavior or methods. Now you see the word where I'm connecting method. Yes or no?
What it has, what it does.
Right. What it possesses
Yes, sir.
or has or contains or not contains, has is the right word. Then how it behaves. So this talks more about Make sense, guys?
Yes.
So what attributes of a student we would be interested in?
Name,
How we have looked at it,
phone
right?
number,
ID,
What can you say?
department.
Location, department, then what? You can
ID,
also
there
capture,
ID we can give.
yeah, student ID. We'll say roll number.
Phone number will be in India.
Not necessarily, but okay.
Okay.
Some industry universities will give characters also. But for now, to keep it simple, we'll go with that.
All phone numbers. Yeah.
Then what you can do? What else we want to capture? That's fine. Let's keep it simple as of now, right? Name, age, location, we'll keep it. Department. Let's just assume this is the. Let's first talk about the attributes. I want to just bear with me. I'm typing it here. Public static void main. The same problem statement what we discussed in the previous example, non-class object demo. I'm bringing it here, guys. Hope you are with me.
yes, sir.
Right. Now I want to create a student.
Yes.
Student is a class name, right? I want to construct a real idli. I want to construct a real house. What do you do? You want to make a fresh idlis? What do you do?
We need to take
Plan.
blueprint. Yeah.
You take the blueprint,
Yeah.
pour the batter, pass the input, and give it. Right? If you want to build a house, architect, what will happen? What do you need to give it to the architect? Engineer.
Blueprint.
Blueprint of the
Blueprint he will have.
yeah.
So he refers to that. What you need to give?
Place.
Sorry?
I don't know. Place we give to construct.
Okay, good, fine. Place you give it. Then is that all? Then you will construct everything.
No, and how many bedrooms and
It's all there in blueprint, sir. He will refer to that. You don't need to tell him at all. He will refer that.
To build what are the things is necessary, we have to give.
No, okay, you give the build. That's all. Is it fine? You still give the things he will build.
material?
No, you give the material, still he will build.
We
Generally,
need plan.
plan is
Plan
already
already
there with it.
Already given. Yeah.
You need to give him
Okay.
money, sir. Basically, money.
Money, yeah.
So how you think you will get everything for free? Yeah.
No.
All of you need to have a house. So how much of money that you need to give? Assume one house takes 20 lakhs, right? There are 5 people. How much of 20 lakhs that we need to give? Is it 120 lakhs?
So 5, then 5 into 2.
We need to divide that amount and we need to give them.
You are not living in a common house. All 5 are individual, different families.
5 homes.
Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum, Lakshmi.
Okay, sir.
कभी खुशी कभी गम का परिवार नहीं है ये, उसके लिए बात नहीं करते हैं. It's an individual, right? House to be built. So the constructor, the builder, engineer needs that much amount of money for every house that he's gonna build. He's gonna put in his efforts for each house, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
The labor
Yes,
cost. So we print, let's say first I take Chakravarti's name. You can also take S1, that's not the right word. I use him here, Chakravarti, right? New student. This is how I construct an object. I say, I want a new house to be built. I want to prepare a fresh idli, new idli to be made. So new is a keyword. You instruct the runtime environment to allocate a memory in heap because it is an object. It lives in a specialized area called a heap. And you give me that handle. How much space does it require for a heap, the object to be stored? How do you think it computes?
Based on the data
Based on the
types
class.
in the class data types declared.
Each individual members.
Yeah.
String, there is an object, it takes some size. Integer is again, 16 bytes, probably, 4 bytes. Who is joining?
32 bytes, 32 bits.
32 bits, 4 bytes. That's what is integer. Short is 16 bits. Byte is 1 byte, 8 bits. Likewise, there is a unit of allocation. Character is 2 bytes, typically, right? Unicode, then they expanded it. So that is how the size of an object gets calculated, and that much amount of memory is allocated. It's more like you need a place. Uday rightly said, you just can't give only plan and money. You need a place to build a house. That place is nothing but the memory, what is occupied, allocated in the heap. You want to build 3-bedroom house. Do you think 100 square feet you can build?
No.
No.
Not a child's house, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not the beach house. You
Yes.
build it. You want a real house. It has to be sufficient capacity. Then you need to have that much amount of empty vacant land. That is nothing but the memory to be allotted in the heap. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Assuming that there is a land, just assume that there is 10,000 square feet. For each house, you can build only 1,000 square feet. You need 1,000 square feet. How many houses you can build?
Then
What if you want to construct 11th house?
we need to allocate extra space.
Extra space needed, it can't possible.
There is only 10,000 square feet. Each
Then it won't be
house will need
possible.
10 house. Each house will need 1,000 square feet. There are 11 people. 10 houses you allotted. 11th house person, will you be able to build a house or not?
No,
No,
it won't be possible. Yeah.
What will you say to that person?
Memory is already
No
complete.
land available.
Yeah. No
Yes.
land available.
There is no empty land. There's no vacant land. That's the exact thing Java says, out of memory. When it is not able to allocate a space for the new objects, it will say out of memory. Is it clear? It is not able to allocate a space in the heap memory. That's what it says, out of memory.
Yes.
Probably it could be for stack, overflow stack as well, but that's a common concept. Make sense, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Now how do you refer this? Chakravarti, sorry,
M dot. Yeah.
let's, for the sake of simplicity, now I type it.
S1. Yeah.
Okay, let me do that. S1 dot name equal to, even though I give object name, but I want to give the actual data. Yes or no?
Yes.
S1 dot age equal to
24.
Mr. Chakravarti.
S1 dot location equal to,
I think we need to change the.
I'll change it, but one shot, don't do it. What is that location? Chakravarti.
It's Andhra Pradesh.
ఆంధ్రప్రదేశంలో ఎక్కడ ఉన్నావు?
Tadepalligudem.
Huh?
Tadepalligudem. You can say Vijayawada.
Vijayawada.
I remember the joke, right? When a student asks, "Tell me your favorite place." The student said Switzerland. You need to write a spelling. Then it's Goa. Then it is Goa. I write AP itself.
So
Right.
it is better now.
Right. The question is AP. That's
The
fine.
same thing happened with my child also.
Okay.
They asked me to go take McDonald's. I asked them to spell McDonald's. They told like, no, we go to KFC.
Correct. Exactly. That happens. Smart people, right? Department is CAC. Just type. String.
Raghavan, a quick doubt. You were mentioning about that memory, right?
Yes.
It takes what is declared inside the class. I had doubt here, like what if we also declare methods inside
Yes.
methods? We also have string parameters, right?
Right.
Does it take that memory as well?
Indeed, yes and no. That function also occupies some space in the memory, right?
Okay.
In reality, that is not an object that lives in. It's only a temporal area. That memory lives in stack, not a heap.
Oh, okay.
The local arguments, they are called local arguments to the function.
Correct.
They are stored in stack memory. That's why you say last stack. Stack overflow error comes only because of that. But that's again an interesting case. What if you pass an object to a method like string, student? That object would still need a memory in heap, but there is a reference to that in stack.
Oh.
It's a bit interesting scenario. Maybe, in the interest of time, I'll park it for now. Probably we can talk about it a bit later.
But since you said it, I got one more doubt. Like, what if in the parameters we keep a string of array and we pass so many array element?
No, say that again.
So in the formal parameters,
Right.
okay, we defined it a string array as a
Right.
argument, and in the actual passing, we are passing extra, but we haven't specified anything over there, right?
That will accept. If you pass, this is a special capacity feature built in Java 5. It's called var_args, variable number of arguments.
Okay.
Any number of arguments you pass, it will be automatically computed. I'll show you a demo on this as well. It will be automatic.
Okay.
All what you say, this method will receive a series of list of arguments. All of them will be strings. It could be 10, it could be 100, it could be 500. Doesn't matter. As long as there is a capacity to store each object in memory, it will accept. That's it. Okay, right. Yeah. Again, you don't need to go insane by testing the computer by giving 5,55,000 arguments. Like approximately, right? 5 paisa. Time you give it, it is wrong. No. 5 paisa into 500 times you give it is wrong. No, it doesn't. 5 paisa into 500 people into 500 times, does it seem to be wrong? Seems to be. You get that math, right? You don't need to. You understand that there is a threshold. JVM also has a threshold. Okay. You can't keep on going insane level of boundaries, right? You can have a threshold which is managed. There is again a best practices checklist as well, right? They say
no, this I got it, but what I felt was, initially only it understands how much to allocate, right?
But that depends on the number of arguments you pass it at runtime. What does the compiler? It's at runtime. The memory is a runtime business, not a compile time business. This is where everyone will get confused. Everyone will get confused. The memory, like they say, comedy is a serious business. Memory is a runtime business. See, you can make a plan approved by the legal department as well. The plan can be approved, but doesn't mean that you need to start building the house immediately, today, tomorrow. You buy the land. Once you procure the land, then you start building. So, building a proposal or making a blueprint structure is just as the compilation phase. Okay, how much does it cost? Or what is the size you have it, a land? How much you need to build a house? Is it proportionate? All that you make the adjustment when the builder, architect is drawing the blueprint. But the real challenge comes at the runtime. Okay, sir, what doors you want to put? You want it in teak wood or normal wood? What tiles you want to put it? A normal flavor or a design print you want to make it? You get it, right? Ceiling, false ceiling you want to make, that charges extra. You want a modular kitchen, that is charge extra charge it comes. You want a interior to be done, that will charge you extra. You get it right? You can build a house just with 4 walls and the basic windows and doors. That itself, that is also a house.
Correct.
You can build an extremely luxurious house with a false ceiling, window rooftop, chimneys, modular kitchen, wardrobes, sofa come bed, fully furnished also you could make it, but the budget will vary. That depends, that only during the execution time, which is nothing but our runtime. How memory is calculated, you would also calculate at the runtime, that's the execution time, which is nothing but during the construction time. Depending on your budget, that budget is nothing but the memory. You would decide. Sometimes you say, no, I have spent enough now. For now, it is fine. You put this much. Later, when I have sufficient money, I will extend that. I will do something later. You have a adjustment, postponement of a building as well, bit later. Yes or no? We have seen many people doing it. Correct? Maybe you just put the basement and 1 floor now. 2nd floor, probably I'll raise it later when I have sufficient money. You can postpone it later. Clear?
Yeah.
So, makes sense? Guys, all of you are clear on this?
Yes.
Yes, Raghu.
Yes, sir.
Now, what do I do? System out println. Just please pay attention. I'm sorry, definitely it's taking time, but it's a good example. I'll finish it up with the class, not about behaviors. Behaviors we'll see tomorrow. Just the attributes alone I'm saying, right?
Yeah, no issues.
What am I doing? Name is s1.name. Just I print 2 properties. Rest all you can fill it. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Likewise, you print the rest of the s1.th, right? You get it here, Chakravarti? Happy?
Yes, sir.
You're a bit concerned, huh? Array, my name is not there. S1, I am not S1.
S2 dot, we need to change that roll number.
Oh, sorry, that's correct.
And
Thanks.
age is also declared 2 times.
Oh, that's correct. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Array. Yeah, makes sense.
Yes.
Let me remove this. That's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Age and roll number, and I'm print both, just 2 properties. Any questions on this so far?
No, sir.
Okay. Student.java. I put this. Yeah. MB class object demo.java. That's student. All right.
Student.
Get Chakravarti.
Yes.
Now I want to deal with, assuming that I want to, this is what we're talking about, correct?
Yes.
What is the method you want to have? What is that you want to have?
Details.
Want to print the details. What details you should pass now? Now you wrapped everything into one container. What should you pass?
Object.
Yes,
Student object.
That container.
Yes. Then what you could print? Probably I'll take this and I print it here. Can I do that?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes. Instead of
Instead of Chakravarti, the s.name.
Yeah.
Why? You prefer?
Because we refer.
That's fine.
Local variable also yes.
Yeah, because I reference yes. And also it need not be necessary that always Chakravarti's name will be printing. Any object that comes in, I'm printing it. Yes or no?
Yes.
So what happened? Now I can delete this. Right? Java C student. Why I didn't get anything, sir? Why I didn't get anything?
We didn't call the method.
Yes, that's the other stupid mistake. Yes or no?
Yes.
I passed Chakravarti. Are you with me so far?
Yes.
What happened? Why?
It is not static method. We are referencing non-static method in main method.
Public static object.
Print student details is not static.
Public static void.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Let's do one more thing. What I'm gonna do now? I say Bhaskar. New student, right?
Yeah.
Bhaskar.name equal to. This sounds funny, but that's fine. Well, you always got used to S1 or S2, right? Bhaskar, how old are you? Sweet 16, huh? You will be underaged to work.
Sweet 16.
Bhaskar, you are still there with us?
No, Bhaskar.
No, he is not.
Placement issues.
All right. You see that this detail is printed. So we
Yes,
are
sir.
able to solve the problem now. We have a container that details we pass it is easy to carry. Now, do you think there is a challenge? I add a couple more attributes here: Aadhaar number, email address, phone number. Do you think will there be a challenge if I add more attributes to the student class?
No.
No.
Why? It's good.
Because
Why? No matter what, all of them are still referred to as
The object.
student. Yeah. Same.
So
content.
no matter what, how many
Yeah,
attributes
take it.
this object class contains, it is still the same object we refer. Clear? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's all. That's the benefit of it. Now, one more thing we will see here. Now, so far you are clear? Class and object.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
You see one more thing here. New student I created. Bhaskar also needs an admission, separate roll number. Correct? Bhaskar needs a house to be living in. He wants an empty land on his own. He wants to procure that land. If I want to construct one more for Parvez, he should also have that 1,000 acres of land. He should also spend that much amount of money to the builder to build a house for his own individual house. Yes or no?
Yes, yes, sir. Yeah.
Now, each house when it is getting built, just I'm giving random concept of classes and object. How do I distinguish each object? We have already discussed that. After the houses are built, what do you think? All the house will look alike, yes or no? Assuming for the sake of it now, they all paint the same paint as well. Color.
Okay.
How do you each individual
House number.
Very
House
good.
number.
And or they will make what?
There will be unique name for each building.
House name or house number, right?
Yeah.
Now, how do I know each object is also numbered in Java? The memory, correct? Plot
Yes.
survey, you remember, right? Plot number 25/B. Then
Yeah.
surveying unit, survey department, archaeological survey department, they assign a number for each land, geographical land, for it to be uniquely identified. Now, can I know that this is a two objects? How many objects I have?
2 objects here.
What are those? Bhaskar and
Check
Chakra.
out there. Yeah.
Each object in Java has got a special notation. That is called hash code.
hashCode.
Yes dot hash code is a method. You don't declare it, you get it for free. Got it?
Yeah.
As good as, earlier days, you go to a restaurant, you ask for now they stopped. Even any shop you go, they charge you for plastic cover. Nobody is doing it interest for global warming and all. They only stop doing because they want to make money, right?
Yes,
Likewise, but this is not the case. You get it for free, right?
Compilation. Yeah.
Do you see some values?
Yes.
Hash code is nothing but the address of an object.
Correct. Unique address of an object. Just think of it.
Unique
as-
address.
Don't now give me hints. That will take me another larger topic. Hash code is a very interesting topic. If at all you know something, just hold on. It's already enough time I have spent. As of now, you understand it's like a house number. It's a unique number available in the heap memory of a runtime environment, JVM. And for sure, it will be unique per object. Make sense? Hash code is automatically computed by an object. You can also override that, and all we'll see later. As of now, Java will give you a hash code if you ask for it, .hash code. you get to see that. Yes or no?
Yes, Raghu.
So you are able to construct more object. Probably I'll delete this for now. In the interest of time, you know that, right? Dot you refer, the rest of the properties you could refer. Yes or no?
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
Now, okay. Assuming that, let's do one more interesting method. Okay. Instead of this, I print this. What do you think it happens?
By default, it will print hashCode.
Do you know what I'm
Sorry.
doing? What I'm doing? I am not printing the individual properties. I'm just printing an object as it is. Right? Yes,
There
sir?
is syntax error, I think, yeah, in last
No.
line.
I'm just commenting.
Commented. Okay, okay, yeah, I got
Right?
it. Yeah.
What do you think it prints? You see here?
Student at the rate, yeah.
Student at the rate of some
Hash
unique
code,
number. This is
unique
hash
number.
code in hexadecimal form. If you
Okay.
print hash code, let's look at that. Let's go to this java.lang.Object. You see that this is a base class for any object, right? What is the method? Int, it returns the
Integer.
hash code value for the object is an integer. You get it what?
Integer.
When you simply call hash code method, it prints an integer. But
Okay, okay.
now I'll go to one more thing. Assuming that, but we don't want it. Let's say the print student, right? What and all I need further, sir? We have other variables, yes or no? I think I have.
Yes, sir. We can do toString.
Chakravarti dot location equal to AP. Just assume I print two more details. Roll number equal to 1, 2, 3. Chakravarti dot department equal to. I'll print it now. CSC. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
But here I'm printing only 2. Let's assume I take this. I print this. Two. Then what do I need to print? I take 3 YYP. Age. What are other details, sir?
Location, roll number, and department.
We print this location. Then
Roll
Roll
number.
number, department,
We can add department.
S dot.
Department, yeah.
Compiling.
Compilation. LowerCase.
All right.
Yes, yes.
What do you see? Hash code. This object representation. Chakravarti 24 AP 123 CSC. Hash code. Object reference. Bhaskar 16. What do you see the values here?
Yeah, default values null, 0, and null.
Default value. Correct.
Yeah.
Now, wouldn't it be nice instead of writing as a utility method, if the class itself can take care of that? Okay, before going there, let's do that. What we can do, Java has got a special reference. Okay, let me tell you that. I copy this method 26 to 35, 10 lines, YY. I copy this in the, okay, here itself we have it, right? Let's assume I want to have it as part of object, not as a class, right?
Okay.
I will let it retain. I'm already inside the class only. Assuming I don't want to have a static as of now, I want to print details. Just say details because it's a student only, right? Yes or no?
Yes, Raghu.
So what I can do?
It is
Just-
non-static method, right? So that you can declare that in the main method itself.
Wait. Allow me to complete what I'm. Yeah, please give me a minute. So what I'm doing? No, you can't declare a method inside a method, Lakshmi.
Okay.
Is it fine now?
Uh,
I'm only taking Chakravarti's details now. I'm not taking Bhaskar just for just the sake of simplicity. Is it clear? I'm not considering this method. This is a part of the class only. Still, I'm in student class. I had a main method. Correct?
Yeah.
Sir, no? And to print the details, it's not static. I removed it. It's object class itself. I printed it. So yes dot printed. It's a reference to object I'm calling. That's a method behavior. Just for example, this is a behavior function. An object can behave. What is the behavior? Object can print the details. Just
print
take.
detail.
And what am I
got
passing
it.
now?
Check
The
out.
object. will print.
Yeah, object.
Correct?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Yes.
So now we do this. What happened?
I think we haven't declared it's Chakravarti as the object, right?
My bad. Not
Chakravarti
yet.
the object. Yeah, now
Okay.
it will work. Yes.
Now do you see it printing? But don't
All
you
the
see
data.
something different here? Something inappropriate in this line.
We are
What is-
calling object from the same object,
And also,
passing the same object value.
yes, we are passing a method from an object and pass the same object to itself. Do we need that?
No.
Not really. Right? So what we can do in this class, you come here. This is one style, right? What wouldn't it be nice if I have this? Just like this. Would it be nice or not? Which one do you think it is simple and better?
Second one, yeah.
Second one.
Definitely second
Why?
one.
Reduce code. I mean, no need to pass it again. No?
You don't need to pass the object itself
Object reference again, yeah.
as a parameter. Yes, for its
Yes,
method. That's the advantage. And you reduce the code as well. Yes or no?
Yes, yes, right.
So what do we have? Let's do this. Same 10 lines. I print it. Paste it. What do I do? What should I do now?
Print details.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Now the problem is, okay, I don't pass the object at all, but how do I refer the properties of the object?
You can use this.
Correct. There is a current object, the object that I'm talking about, whose properties I want to access, for which there is a special keyword. We have it here called, instead of this yes, you say this. You see the color changed. Yes or no?
Yes, yes, Rav. Yeah, we can see.
It's a keyword. This represents always the current object what is invoked. In this case, which object we are passing now?
Chakravarti.
So it will pass by itself automatically. It is referring using this keyword. Yes or no?
Yes, Rav. Yeah.
Now I can
Compile.
comment it. I don't need this for now. Yes. You get the values. Any change in the output? You are able to get the values, right? When you say this, it will always refer to the current object from whom. How do you get to know the current object? Where, which object you put a dot and invoke this method. You are invoking the behavior of an object which is referred to in memory with the name Chakravarti. I want, let's say, a student, when you go to all the children come to school, the teacher asks, students, all of you, please take your classwork a homework note and submit it to me, what do they do?
They will bring
Friends,
their own home.
All of you,
book.
please submit your homework. That's what the teacher says. What do you think the children does?
They will bring their own homework.
They brought it.
Yeah.
We already discussed that they bring a bag to contain all the things to school all at once efficiently to carry all the relevant attributes.
Yes,
They have
yes,
come
yes,
there. Now teacher asked to submit their homework.
One by one, they will take their
Subject
homework
with
to
subject.
Completed. They have done the homework at home. How do they carry the matter? There's
in
actual
books.
completed.
Yeah, they will.
They will buy some new book and they will give that homework notes to the
Write
teacher
it.
one by one.
In the home, they write it in a book or note, right? How do they
Yes.
carry?
In a bag.
In a
While
bag.
yeah.
How do they bring it out and represent it? It's a very simple question, guys. Don't look like PhD level topic. It's a very simple.
In the homework book, they will show they have written the.
They'll simply show to teach. You understand the question.
Yes,
All of
yes.
you, please submit.
They will hand over the books to teacher.
How do they hand over?
They will carry it by their hands.
They have
And they'll
carried
take
it. They have come to the school.
Okay.
With their
They're
name.
sitting
Okay.
inside the
Yeah,
class.
each book contains the student name. So
Right, where each book is present.
A bag.
So every book has specific name, right? This home.
Anna,
This is a
where
homework book.
are
This
the
is a
books
class.
stored? Where are
In the
books
bag.
physically present? That's my
In-
question. How
in
many
class,
bags? That's correct. That's the right answer. In the bag. How many
Yeah.
bags we have?
One bag.
Only one
number
bag.
of students.
Number of students equal number
Yeah.
of bags.
10 bags. As many number of students are there. So each student will open their respective bag, take their notebook and submit it. When the teacher looks at it, each notebook will bear the student's roll number and the name, with which the teacher will identify this notebook belongs to Lakshmi, this notebook belongs to Parvesh, this notebook belongs to Uday Kumar, etc., etc., etc. Yes or no?
Yes, yes. Yeah.
This is LKG.
Yes, Raghavan.
All the school level we have done with it, correct?
Yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
Is it a PhD level rocket science topic?
No, no.
So likewise, if you want to print the details of an object, you would call that object with respect to each individual object. From that object, you refer the properties with this keyword. So that will be in effect. Is that clear?
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Classes and
Yes.
objects. Now, one last thing to close the class for the day. This has got a special method again, predefined method, like how each object is a subclass of java.lang.Object. We have a method. This how we can represent this is. Let me probably just copy this. This has got a special name. It's called toString.
toString, yeah.
How toString is? This is how Java uses this method to represent an object. Right? Now you please pay attention as well to represent an object. Let's assume I remove this comment. Just pay attention, please bear with me. I print this here. What do I do?
We can print directly object.
What am I doing? Instead of this, what should I do now?
Just pass the
Object name.
Chakravati
object
to dot
itself, yeah.
toString.
It will pass
toString.
toString by
Right?
default.
What I'm doing, object. Sir, give me a minute. I would remove this just for just 1 minute. I'll come back to this. What am I doing now? Java C student.java, Java student, right? What does it print if I print an object by default? Student, name of the class, @ some hexadecimal number. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah, hashCode will.
What the method? toString, if you look at it, there is a method here. returns a string representation of the object. What is that? Returns a string representation of the whichever object you invoke. Let's go to this. Where do I go to the class? Navigate class object. java.lang.Object. You have a method called toString. This hashCode is native. It will be computed dynamically from the Java runtime environment. You go toString. Where is it? Okay, here you see a toString here. All of you. You see toString?
Yes.
Which class I am in? I am looking at the source code of java.lang.Object, right? Java.lang.Object. Yes or no? You look at this line. Java.lang.Object. What is return? Get class.get name. Do you remember this? I used it yesterday. Get class.get name. Where did I use it? Guys? Anybody could recall? In the collection generic list objects, when we printed, I used get class.get name. Only then we were able to understand that what is the runtime class of the element which was present. Name means it was giving string. Number means it was giving integer. You remember that?
Yes, sir.
So get class.get name, name of the class, and it is adding @of. Then what it is doing? Integer.toString of what value it is passing?
hashCode.
It is passing the
Object,
hash code. Integer.toHex string. What does this guy do? To unsigned
Hexadecimal format.
it gives in hexadecimal. Exactly. So let's come back here. What is my get class.get name? Student, name of the class. @of. Do you understand that? By default, each class, each object, when you print an object in a system mode println, it calls the toString method of the java.lang.Object by default. Are you clear? Yes or no? Now, just if I do something, instead of print it, I put this. This means I am overriding the method. I am telling the runtime environment that, boss, no problem. I take charge. I take charge. I want to overwrite, take control of printing the string representation of the object. So I have a method that says toString. But hang on. There is one thing wrong here. What is that? Can somebody tell me? Can somebody tell me? Let me write this. Let me say system out println custom toString of student class. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, Java.
What do you say? What do you think? It says it finds a toString method. In student cannot override toString in object. Why? It gives a clue. If you have paid attention, toString, what it is supposed to return?
String.
It returns a string representation. So ideally, what should be the return type?
String.
Does it say return type void is not compatible with the string? If at all you want this to be treated as a valid override method, you should return a string method. Yes or no?
Yes, yeah.
Instead
Yes,
of
sir, yes.
system out
Return type is
you return this. Make sense, guys?
yeah.
Now let us see what happens. Because the code should compile. Student. Now do you see? hashCode, that is forget about it. I'm printing this. What it is printing now? Custom toString of student class. You understand that? toString
Yes,
is
sir.
a method available in java.lang.Object class that I am overriding it.
Yes.
Right? Yes or no?
Yes.
And here what you can do, like how what it prints here. Get class dot get name at the rate. This is the default representation. Now do you get to see that student at the rate of, do you get to see that now or not?
Yeah.
Yes or no? Who says yes? Why yes? Do you get to see student at the rate of number like this now?
No, Raghu.
No.
No, no.
Because we have overwritten, we don't print that. Whatever we want to print. If I want to print this, what should I
The
do?
value.
This is one simple example, but what you can do? Return, say student, name equal to, how do I represent the name?
This dot one, yeah.
Assume I want to only print the name and age, not anything else, just for the sake of simplicity. What happened?
Compare.
Yeah. Now do you see it prints? Student name, check out the age 24.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Now I can do this as well. What object I want to print now?
Bhaskar.
You see that name Bhaskar, age 16.
Mhm.
You understand how you can make use of the toString method to print a string representation of an object. One more thing, if there are 100 properties, you don't need to print all the 100 properties. What is most essential for that object, you print that. Ideally, what I would recommend and our advice here is, it's always good to have the hashCode represented. Why?
Because it is unique.
Understand that what is the actual object, they are unique or not. Now do you see hashCode being printed? Yes or no?
Yes.
Name, age. So this is always handy and helpful. I would recommend start following this so that you don't need to struggle. You'll understand two different objects are same or not. This is one measure, not the only measure. Clear, guys? I think that's the funda, the good introduction about classes and objects. Class is a blueprint, structure, skeleton, helping you create as many objects that you want. Class is a conceptual entity. Object is a real entity that occupies a memory, a place to live in. The memory is a heap memory. The size of the object that is required is dependent on the number of attributes you declare in the skeleton. That's a class. And you create an object by using a new keyword. It's more like declaring a variable. What is the type here? There's one more thing I want to tell you. How do I declare a data type as a student object here?
Student name.
You see a similarity between these two? This is the data type.
Here this class is considered the user.
This is the variable name. This is the value. More or less the same pattern, right? So what do we call this as? Yes. Like how string is a data type.
Data type, yeah.
Student is also a data type. But with a special name. What is the special name?
User
User-defined or custom. Why user-defined? This class you
clearly defining the developer.
whereas you look at this string. Where is that string? This is which package, sir? Package java.lang. Do you write
Java.lang. No.
an inbuilt class? But it's a student class that Java compiler knows. Does it have on its own? Pre-built, predefined?
No, because we wrote it.
So who defined it?
User.
Grammar. So it's called user-defined or custom data type. You can also say reference type. It's also called as a reference type. Any object you say reference type, which is also
Reference type.
References, a bit fancy term. You could use what reference it's all about. What type reference, they're all in the similar words to define a class, to denote a class, right? The one thing special is what? What do you see something new? Used to request JVM to allocate memory in heap for this object whose name or identity is given as what? Chakravarti here below. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
As good as what did we see here? This is the hash code, this is marks, this is names. Like that, that's a name, right? But ultimately, Java doesn't care about, actually, it is not really dealing with the names, it's with the hash code. But they have a mapping internally, name and object of that memory. That internally there is a mapping table that it maintains. We don't need to bother. Is it clear? So this is a reference type. You declare it using the new keyword. This we'll look at it tomorrow. Just the name of the class and an empty parenthesis. This is what we request. A new, brand new object I want. What do you mean by this? Empty parenthesis after the class name following the new keyword, right? Is to give a brand new or vanilla, they say, object. What do you mean by brand new?
It's creating new one,
It's a clean slate.
completely new.
Fresh copy.
Fresh copy.
No instances at all, no values, no reused, just a fresh object. That means what? What does it also mean?
It will be have only the default values for the
No
default value.
data inside typically. Until otherwise you give a default value. You assign a default. There is no data explicitly assigned. Just an object gets created and given to you. That's all. Make sense, guys? Any question?
It will take the default value of the data type. Right?
Obviously, you can also override. If you don't override, specify a value, then it takes the default value. We look at that tomorrow. What if you pass the age equal to 5 always, minimum age 21? Then every object will have the value 21. Understood?
Yeah.
All right. Definitely it has been more time. We spent 3.5 hours. Right. I'm not sure how, okay, a couple of them are left as well. But so far you are clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
The fundamentals of what we covered: function, reusability, the arguments, formal argument, actual argument, benefits of a function, right? And then we went ahead with the string method demo. We are looking at charAt, length, indexOf, substring, not substring, right? Index, substring also we have looked at two flavors. Only by passing starting index and starting and ending index. Then indexOf, two flavors, only by passing the just a character and from index. Then indexOf, the character from index also, and lastIndexOf. These methods we have seen. Then we have gone into the actual requirement, necessity of dealing a class, an object having a blueprint structure to represent all the relevant attributes of a problem domain or problem into one single container with multiple examples. What is the benefit? How do we carry? How do we declare a class? What is an attribute? What is a method? Method, we are to see it in detail. The attributes or properties is nothing but the characteristic that an object possesses. Methods are nothing but the behavioral pattern of a class. An object actually. Class is a blueprint. Nothing is real. Object is actually in reality. Like idli maker, the pan from which we pour the batter and get an object. Blueprint of house, we give an empty land, pay money, buy the raw material and construct a house for which the blueprint is actually helpful. From one blueprint, you can make as many houses as possible, provided you have sufficient resources. The resources can be memory in terms of an object or money in terms of a real house when you are building it. If you have 20 lakhs, you build one house and 1,000 acres. If you have 2,000 acres and 40 lakhs, how many houses you can build? Two. Likewise, it goes. Based on the number of resources we have, you can construct as many objects as possible. And we have looked at this as a keyword to denote the properties of the current object. We have looked at toString method overridden. What is the default behavior? How can we customize it? We override it. Where it returns a string. We also looked at a hashCode method.
Yes.
It's a unique integer representation of an object. It's nothing but a house number, unique number available to an object in the runtime heap memory. That's a summary of it, guys. Any questions?
No, Ravan,
No
no.
question. And do we have any assignment for today?
No, I did not really think of, but yes, probably if something comes, I'll add it later. No problem.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. I hope again, as always, maybe we are going probably a bit detailed or in depth, etc. But I'm wishing that the foundations are very strong. You get it very clearly laid out, right?
Yes.
That's my only wish and hope. Okay. Thank you so much for staying. We'll catch up again tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot.
for being-
Thanks. Bye bye.
Goodbye.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.